All right, what's good, man? The Unfiltered Sports Podcast is back, and it's a special edition, the WWE edition. And unfortunately, CEO's well, maybe this is actually a good thing. CEO's not here, but I have to deal with another Spanish person, Brandon. Brandon, say what's up to the people.
What's popping? You know what? I just want to start out by saying fuck CEO. But you know what? Me and RJ been talking about doing this show for about like months already, probably since I moved to PA. So it's about damn time we're getting it done.
Agreed. Now, what's the big pay-per-view now that's coming up on WWE, if you know?
Big pay-per-view. I know Backlash already passed. That was just 2 weeks ago. I think the next pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken, is it should be Money in the Bank or Clash of Champions. You know, look it up. What's the next WWE pay-per-view?
I have no idea.
I gotta tell my assistant. I gotta tell my assistant to look it up real quick.
Shout out to Don Vino. Yo, Donnie, you might have to keep us. You might have to keep us updated on the fight tonight.
My fault. Next pay per view is Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. No,
May 27th.
It's mid pay per view. Donnie, this is a special edition. So it's just me and Brandon because CEO's not a big wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a weirdo. By the way, Brandon, do you like anime?
Not really. No, I mean, I used to watch like Dragon Ball Z and shit like that, but I don't watch none. Oh, I used to watch Attack on Titan, but other than that, I didn't really like anime.
So this dude, because I told him like, hey, me and Brandon are going live tonight to do the WWE. I was gonna invite him if he wanted to come on, but he said, "Oh, WWE, that's gay as fuck, bro." I'm like, it's better than fucking anime.
Yeah, no, I mean, all this other shit, everybody's talking about what they got on Netflix and shit for anime. This shit like everybody's like, oh, you gotta watch it. Stuff like One Piece and all these things. Oh, but you gotta read something first. I'm not watching something I gotta read first unless it's a fucking comic. And even then, I still won't even read it.
Prime Wrestling is superior. What's up, get on, kid? You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Oh, you didn't buy the fight? Hey, we'll keep us posted, Donnie, because I know you're a big fan. By the way, who do you got winning, Donnie? Haney or Locachenko? However you pronounce that Spanish fucking name. But anyways, first topic is what is the best era in WWE history? Brandon, since you're the guest, you go first.
I got you. All right, so look, check it out.
Matter of fact, let's do it. Let's rank all the let's rank it from 1 to 4. Which one are you ranking?
Okay, I got you. So, real quick, this current era, I'm pretty sure it's the TV14 era. So that's what I'll call it. That's what I'll refer to it. But if we're gonna rank them, so the one thing I will say is a lot of people will go on nostalgia, and this is for a bunch of things, whether that's video games, which we're gonna talk about later, or just in general. Nostalgia is a beautiful thing, but I'm not going to do that. But let's just start off with number 4. The four eras being Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, PG, and TV14. So at number 4, I gotta go PG because PG era around 2017 was so fucking ass. It was ass. It was horrible.
You said what year?
Around 2017-ish is the worst of PG era.
I agree.
It was so fucking terrible. Now I was only about 14 at the time, so I was still watching it just for fun. But I mean, now that I'm older and I look back on it, a lot of it was just fucking terrible. And a lot of it was just Vince McMahon being old, to be honest. You gonna rank number 4 too, or just my rankings first?
So you said we're Attitude, Ruthless, PG, and then what was
the current era is called TV14. I'm pretty sure.
TV14, hands down. Number 4.
You think now is the worst?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, you give me that. You're gonna have to give me that reason.
At the end of the day, listen, there's no storylines. The wrestlers besides Roman Reigns, and I'm leaving out the part-timers because everybody loves part-timers. But besides Roman Reigns, there's no one that's good. Like, I try to watch it, and it's just not entertaining. Like, Matt Riddle is a clown. I can't take him seriously. I still like Seth Rollins mainly because of the Shield thing, but he's still okay. But Matt Riddle's a bum. What's up, dude? And his stupid tag team, Randy Orton, is so stupid. It's not even fucking funny.
So your grief with it is that there's no organic from built up storylines. They're just using part timers for their stories.
No, it's just there's no intriguing storylines with the storylines could. Okay, I'll say this. I think they improved slightly with the storylines, but the characters are trash. Like, if you have 2 trash characters in a good storyline, it's not gonna be good.
Okay.
Like that's just like no. Like I actually kind of like the Dominic Rey Mysterio thing. Like I honestly kind of it's okay. It's like I can get it. Now I don't like the whole Eddie Guerrero thing. I think he needs to separate himself from the Eddie Guerrero, I'm your poppy thing. I get it. I understand it. But try to build something a little bit more organic, not try to go back to something that was like 15 years ago.
I think that's a fair point with the using like organic storylines, building it up, because a lot of their storylines are the best stories they got right now are carried by part-timers. I will say that. My thing is, when it comes to that, I don't see that as such a big problem for the simple reason that's sports in general. I mean, look at a fighting sport. You look at boxing or UFC or MMA in general. You look at these things. You got people always coming back, and they're always they have short stories. Not obviously a storyline, sport like WWE and shit, but you got people coming back all the time. It's supposed to draw attention, so I think that's something they're supposed to do. But I will agree.
But wrestling's not sport. Well, WWE's not sport. Like it's not like it's a TV show.
Speaking, it is a sport.
Bro, no, this is not a sport. It's scripted. Like, come on.
It's by the name, it's entertainment. It is entertainment. But if you want to break down what a sport is, we can say it is a sport if you want to break it down.
It's acting. I mean, at that point, whoever does movies is a sport. Like, Michael B. Jordan. Is Michael B. Jordan a fucking is Michael B. Jordan an athlete because he plays Creed?
Well, he definitely got involved in athletics. And on top of that, if we're talking acting, for example, sports is all about competing. You're still competing. You still have to compete as far as like if me and you are wrestlers and we're doing a promo, right? Even if it's scripted, we're competing for the crowd's attention, which makes it a sport. And on top of that,
you're entertaining the crowd. Yeah, that's not.
And on top of that, you're competing with other promotions as well, promotions versus promotion.
Yeah, but that's still entertainment though. Like if you had two different TV shows and we're competing for the same time, like that's not a sport.
It's entertaining. It's all right. How about it? It's sports entertainment. That's just that's the name of it. Sports entertainment. In that sense, at the end of the day, it's still hand in hand with sports. So people coming back and making these, crowd reactions, all that. I don't see a problem with that, to be honest. But all right. So number 3, I'm gonna go ruthless aggression because I know you didn't like that one, but I'm gonna go number 3, ruthless aggression, simply because like you have a lot of good, memories and shit like that, of course, but a lot of ruthless aggression was carried by John Cena and Randy Orton.
Batista, Kurt Angle, Triple H, like, I mean,
no, of course you got all these stars, but I'm talking about the if you have one storyline to sum it up, it's just like I said, it's John Cena, Randy Orton. Just to sum it up,
what's wrong with that? I mean, it's the best era ever. I mean, come on.
That shit.
Whoa.
It's repetitive. It's constantly repetitive, and that's the thing with you talked about it right now with Dominic Mysterio, for example. How he's doing the I'm your poppy shit.
Which was made in the ruthless aggression era. But go ahead.
What's up?
Which that whole thing was based on the ruthless aggression era. But go ahead.
Fine, but at the end of the day, it's repetitive. It's way too repetitive. So
what's repetitive? Honestly, what's repetitive?
But I'm talking just on that storyline itself, and on top of that, that's where you start to see, especially obviously towards the end when you get to New Era, you start to see the decline of Vince McMahon, and on top of that, like I said, I think that's just carried by nostalgia. I think everybody's just carrying with nostalgia, and if you look at the product today and you look at the product then, you could probably say maybe the storylines were a bit better, but the in-ring product is better. I personally think, well, obviously number 2, we'll talk about that one, but I personally think, certain acting skills, I guess if you want to call it, are better today than it was then as well.
I think the in-ring, I think guys back then were actually cool. Like everybody now is just a flippity floppity asshole. Everybody's just a Rey Mysterio now. Back then, when you actually had a Rey Mysterio, it actually meant something when he went up against like a fucking Batista or something like that.
So what you got what's your number 3 then? PG?
Yeah, PG, hands down. No. I think I gotta go PG. Now I think PG era basically started when Benoit went fucking ape shit and killed his wife and kids.
Yeah, that was where it changed.
That's where it like really started. So I'll say from 2008 to 2000 and early 2015. Early 2015. I'll say that was probably the best time of it, and I think the peak was 2009 to 2012. I'll say that was when the peak of it. And I mean, honestly, the storylines were good. The characters may have not been good as past years, but they were still all right. You know, you had Cena, you had Orton. I love Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, even though we're gonna probably talk about him, but CM Punk with his whole shit. I love the Nexus, the core.
Next, I don't know, bro. Nexus was corny. Nexus was fucking corny. I mean, I guess it was cool to watch people get beat up on weekly, I guess. But Nexus as the faction itself was corny. I mean,
bro, are you talking about the CM Punk one or the Wade Barrett one?
The way you're talking CM Punk. It was all right. Still, it wasn't all that either. But Nexus in general wasn't all that. Wade Barrett one was fucking trash, but
stop with your shit, bro. Oh my gosh, that shit, bro. When they fucking beat when they like stormed, they was destroying the ring and whooping John Cena's ass, and Daniel Bryan was choking out Michael Cole. Nah. Also, you had the Shield, you had the Wyatt family before they got ruined. Rusev was fucking good. What else was going? I was a huge Daniel Bryan fan, so I like the Yes movement. You had the pipe bomb, which I mean probably ruined wrestling as it is now. Which
probably.
I mean, Cena Orton was pretty good, so I mean, hey. But I'm gonna go PG number 3. Now, what's your number 2?
Number two is TV14 for me. Current product. Just because I'm busy a lot of the time, I don't really get to watch it too much. But obviously, I did have a moment where I was watching it religiously and shit, and I do keep up with the product a lot. Now, I will say, most of the current product of what do you want to put a year on current product on TV14? What do you think the year is? 2020, 2019? Because TV14 didn't start till like 2021, but the current product, I would say, started really all the stuff that you see now started probably like 2019, right before COVID.
Right. So I'll say let's just say 2019.
All right. So for 2019 up, I personally, like I said, I kind of stopped watching wrestling before that just because it was starting to get really fucking bad, like 2017-ish area. But right now, the current product over the last few years, I will say was carried by the Bloodline storyline. Yep. But that's it is a hell of a storyline. A lot of people don't like it because it's starting to drag out. But at the end of the day, you were kind of talking about it. This is a little off topic, but you were kind of talking about it with sports when you had the Steph Curry video and shit. Well, the Warriors video. You need like a dynasty in sports. Well, you need that dude, that bad guy who's always wrecking shit in like WWE and fighting sports and shit like that.
He's the current Triple H of like the 2000s.
You kind of need that. You need that. Yeah. You need somebody to root against because, all right, you can watch a storyline. You need something that you're like, damn, who the fuck is gonna beat him? Shit, this guy didn't do it. This guy didn't do it. Yo, it's about damn time. What the fuck? You need something like that. And the Roman Reigns, everybody didn't like him already, except me. But people didn't like him already. They turned him heel. He turned into a fantastic heel because he wasn't that good as a babyface. But
honestly, I think he's a natural heel, which works.
No, he is. That's why it was perfect. You pair him up with Paul Heyman, and you use the Usos a little differently, and it's perfect. That's why, sure, today's product is carried by that, but that's a hell of a storyline to be carried by. And then you got all the other, like I said, you got all these other things. You got the Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Even Rey Mysterio coming back was a big moment. And you mentioned Seth Rollins. I mean, I haven't seen a bad storyline with Seth Rollins over the last few years. Besides the kind of thing with his wife, which was a little corny for me. When him and his wife
man's fucking corny.
Yeah, that was a little corny. And the things that I did find corny was like the Ronda Rousey stuff. But I don't know if I want to talk about the women because I don't really give a fuck about the women. But I will mention the women.
That's very sexist of you, Brent. Why don't you open up your mind? 2023.
Yeah, that's coming from you. But the women's storylines got a lot better as well. And there's just a lot of talent that there wasn't before. I mean, granted, there's a lot of talent that you can think of, sure. but there's a lot of talent. Like even your worst jobber could still put up numbers on a different program. I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. They can really wreck shit in a different program. Your biggest jobber is a star in another program.
Well,
So
the majority of fucking other feds in this AEW's included are fucking suck ass. So you know.
well, AEW, they started off really fucking hot, and everybody's like, oh, they're gonna be the next thing. They're gonna take over WWE, and to any wrestling fan, whether you started watching fucking in 1996 or you started watching in 2019, you could see AEW was gonna flame out, which they did.
Yeah, facts.
They
Their
flamed
whole
out.
thing was like they started around Cody Rhodes, and then after they lost Cody Rhodes, now they brought back Punk and Bryan, which is cool. But I guess CM Punk got into like some like fight with fucking like what's his name, Kenny Omega, that fag, and she was like that shit was hilarious.
You know, a lot of people hate. Well, I think you could say Triple H and McMahon for letting go of CM Punk, but it didn't work with AEW. Maybe CM Punk is a little bit of a problem, and AEW was picking up a lot of WWE's leftovers. WWE dropped these people for a reason. What happened? It didn't work out. Their biggest star was a WWE guy. Where is that getting them? They're not good, and I think they're way over the top, which is like today's program. Yeah, you don't really like seeing all the flippy shit all the time, and neither do I. But it's over the top when it comes to something like AEW. You're always gonna see a barbed wire match every fucking 3 matches. Like it's a little. It takes kind of like it. I guess there's such thing as too much fun in a way, and I don't know. I think AEW, that's kind of the stuff that product really flamed out with them. And like I said, I said Cody Romo almost. Losing Cody Rhodes really fucked them over. And it really was that Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes storyline was pretty dope. Even though it was a little short lived.
Cody Rhodes has always been a queer to me. Like when anytime I think of Cody Rhodes, I think of dashing Cody Rhodes and him putting on lip gloss and just so corny.
Apparently
Like,
shit like that, like Stardust and all that, I think that was apparently it was a punishment from Vince McMahon. I don't know how true that is, but
and then speaking of that, bro, can I say something too?
What's up?
And Sasha Banks is overrated. I'm sorry. I'm just going back to what you were. I don't find her. I mean, she's cute, but I don't find her that good. I always thought Bianca Belair was better than her. Like I just never liked her.
Definitely, she is so fucking overrated. I did not give a damn when she left. Like Naomi, it was like, damn, she's a good wrestler and like that. It kind of sucks, but they weren't using her right. But Sasha Banks, I did not give a shit when WWE was like,
I did not care. Like people were like, "Oh my god, Sasha Banks left," and I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Oh, she's Snoop Dogg's cousin. I don't give a fuck.
Snoop Dogg's trash too. Fuck him.
Well, I mean, I fuck with Snoop Dogg, but even then, I don't really give a shit about Sasha Banks. But yeah, today's product, I'm gonna put it at number 2. What do you got, number 2?
Number 2, man, Ruthless Aggression. You already know that's where we all started, man. Batista, John Cena, Randy, every superstar that we know today was back then. I love the storylines. I think the wrestling was great. I think what made that era so great is that, and I think you touched on it, is that now, especially with AEW and to a certain extent WWE, they do all their best moves on Monday Night Raw, on Friday Night SmackDown. When it gets to the pay-per-view, they don't do anything special. It's literally just the same shit that you saw on Raw and SmackDown. At least with people say, oh, back then it was slow paced and there was like grappling and stuff like that, but they didn't want to do their best stuff at that fucking that best things at their best moves on Raw and SmackDown. Because what was the point of buying the pay-per-view? You're gonna see the same thing. What was the point of buying the pay-per-view if you're gonna see a Hell in a Cell match and a steel cage match and all that other shit if you could just watch it on Raw the next morning or then watch it the next night? That was just stupid. So I love that fact. I love the fact that they saved their best products for the pay-per-views. I think the pay-per-views were way better back then. I think the product was better back then,
I like that because you are right in the sense that they were saving their best shit for like WrestleMania. Of course, WrestleMania.
Or just the pay-per-view, like the pay-per-views were like
the best. But the one thing, a lot of things. No, I rather put. Stop. Sorry. A lot of things when it came down to it is like, I don't want to keep comparing to other sports because, like I said, we agreed it's sports entertainment. But like, you do want to put on a show for the Raw crowds and the SmackDown crowds as well. That's where you get your ratings from. And a lot of storylines like fell. I don't know. They kind of fell incomplete in a way.
You talking about Ruthless Aggression?
Yeah, there's a good amount of storylines that like felt incomplete.
Name
or
one. Name
there's
one.
some like Matt Hardy versus hold on, let me think. I forgot which Matt Hardy was. Was it Matt Hardy and Edge? I'm trying to think, or was it the? Oh no. It was. I think it was Matt versus Jeff.
But that was PG though. That was 2009. So you got to remember that.
You're gonna all right if you want to count that as PG, all right. Because
I mean, it was in 2009. That was the PG era.
The thing is, I keep overlapping eras just for the simple reason that like they still had to like kind of phase the new era in, like even though like a lot of the same product, you get me, they were still finishing all these storylines, stuff like that.
But I don't think. Hold on, Matt was fired, and so was Jeff. And I remember Jeff came back for a little bit, but they came back like when their attitude, like Jeff didn't really start popping until the PG era. So,
what do you rather have, like a storyline that drags on, or a storyline that's short?
Well, it depends on you gotta give me a scenario. You gotta give me some wrestlers. It's all about the wrestlers.
I mean, like as far as storylines that drag on, like you have storylines like right now you got the Bloodline that's dragging on for their own reasons.
That's perfect. You know why? Because Roman Reigns is that nigga. Paul Heyman's that dude. I like the Usos.
But then you got like storylines.
I'll give you the best example. That whole fucking the fucking Bayley versus Sasha Banks thing should have fucking died a month. That shit was so like they'll like switch titles and then they'll main event WrestleMania, they'll main event Raw, and like it was so stupid.
There's storylines that are very short. Yeah. What's up? Okay. There's storylines that are short, but like what I mean is like, for example, the storyline will start maybe Money in the Bank and it'll end a month later and like Payback or some shit. Like it'll end so quick that like damn, we didn't even get to see it go on for so long. If you get what I mean. Yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, maybe I'm not really appreciating. Maybe I'm not appreciating Ruthless Aggression enough. I don't know. A lot of it that I remember, I don't know. I just didn't really like it too much. There were certain moments, of course.
Brandon, you were like 2 years old when that shit was going on, bro.
When?
Was the Ruthless Aggression era, like?
You act like you're like fucking 30. You're like what, 24? You just
I fucking remember this shit. 23 actually. And I remember this shit.
You're 23. You're 3 years older.
Yeah, but you don't remember nothing, bro. Brandon, you don't remember what you did last night. Like, come on.
Well, I can tell you what I did last night, but it might not be so PG.
This is my stream. This ain't WWE.
You're right. Anyways, and then obviously the best
number one.
What's up? The best era, yes. It's obviously attitude era. I mean, you got the Mount Rushmore. I think well, I don't want to talk about that now because that's one of our topics. But yeah, you got the Mount Rushmore. You got to see them fight at the time, and all the stars all the legends we love today, like a Stone Cold and a Rock.
Stone Cold, Rock, Triple H, fucking who else? Mankind, Undertaker,
Shawn Michaels. Well, Shawn Michaels was more like in the 80s too, but you know, Shawn Michaels was.
Whoa, time out. Flag on the play. We forgot the New Generation era.
Which is
the New Generation era is like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. That was the New Generation era. After
we're talking
in between, yeah.
I don't know if I really want to rank them too much because that's the beginning. So, you know, if you want to talk the beginning.
But that's it. But that's not really the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era started when Shawn Michaels lost to what's the name, Stone Cold, and
it started around like what, 98 and 9?
Around there, 95, I think, around there sometime.
I know. No, that match. I know that match was late 90s, but if you want to talk the beginning, how everything started, I mean, I guess I'll put them too. I'll put that at 2.
I'll put that at.
I'll put it at 2.
So we have to have 5. So I'll put it at number 4 because I mean, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, they were cool, but Bret Hart's a cornball. But we're gonna get into him later.
Yeah, but I put it at 2 just for the simple fact that without that there is no Attitude Era and all that other shit. So that's why I gotta respect it enough. But back to the Attitude Era, I mean, that's just the best era. You know, it was like, it's kind of like how my parents would tell me, oh, the 80s was the best time. All right, and then you go to a wrestling fan, they'll tell you That's their 80s in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Attitude Era will always be the best in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's really nothing to say. I mean, the storylines were great, the wrestlers were great, the atmosphere was great. I mean, there's really nothing to say. I think Attitude Era is the best era. And if without the Attitude Era, WWE would have died. Let's just be for real.
Let me ask. So, because obviously the next topic was the most underrated and overrated wrestlers. Let me ask, what if you wanna? Since we're talking Attitude Era, what is the most overrated wrestler from the Attitude Era?
Well, the most okay, yo, most overrated wrestler in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm assuming you have an answer for yours, so but you let me think and then you go ahead.
Here you go, boss. You can push it, boss.
Yeah?
Yeah, you good. Thank you, boss.
No.
No, you hold it.
Thank you.
Thank you. My fault.
Very unprofessional, Brandon.
Well, I had to get gas. I'm sorry you too broke to fucking get a full tank of gas unlike me.
No, I just thought you'd be more professional, even though you were bitching about us being unprofessional last week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, stop it! You probably got a bag of chips right next to you, ready to eat that shit.
You're damn right. I'm eating right in front of your face, fat boy.
You know, I ate right before the stream. Actually, I rushed. Hot ass soup.
How the fuck did you rush if you're still not home?
No, I was at the house. I was trying to finish it.
Shut the fuck up. Answer the question. Who's the most overrated wrestler in the Attitude Era? I'm assuming you have an answer. Let me get a few minutes to think.
All right, so like for me, you can fucking wait. Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck you honking at me? My fault. For me, I don't want you to throw a flag for me saying it because if realistically he was, new generation or whatever, but I'm gonna go with Shawn Michaels because he was fighting around that time still.
Oh my god, bro! All right. Dude, what is your beef with Shawn Michaels? So everybody in the chat, Brandon hates Shawn Michaels.
I don't hate Shawn Michaels, but I don't get the fucking overall the dick sucking on Shawn Michaels. I don't get it. He's a phenomenal wrestler. I understand that, but that's not saying much when there's mad phenomenal wrestlers in the product itself. You got phenomenal wrestlers who can't speak for a damn shit and they don't do anything. Shawn Michaels is not that guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a great wrestler. He's a legend. I just see him overrated. I don't know. My favorite Shawn Michaels is DX. And then he wasn't even that good. The fact that even though it's scripted, there's a fact that there's a reason why fucking Evolution was created, all right? And they fucking were beating up on Shawn Michaels like a bit.
Bro, Shawn Michaels, his character was great. His fucking moves were great. He was a good wrestler. He was a good WWE champion for a while. Maybe. But at the same time, bro, it's like, come on, bro. It's like what? He's better than fucking. He's probably the best hot. Nah. He's
you know what it is? You know what it is too? I kind of put a lot of beef on Shawn Michaels because he's part of the reason why the product, a lot of people don't like it today because he's one of the writers. So I kind of got a little beef with because of that too. I won't lie. But I don't know. I think Shawn Michaels, everybody talks about him as the best and he's this and he's that.
He's not the best, but he's great. He's good.
I'm taking Triple H over Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, obviously.
Agreed.
I'm taking The Rock. I'm taking Undertaker because for some reason, everybody always sleeps on Undertaker as the best wrestler. Undertaker definitely deserves to be up there. I'm taking Hulk Hogan.
Agreed.
And I don't really like Hulk Hogan like that either.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels is not part of that top tier. Like Shawn Michaels is like second tier.
I can name at least 30 wrestlers I'm taking over Shawn Michaels.
Nah, it's because that top tier. You just name top tier guys. He's in that second tier. Oh, here's a good question about Awesome Kids. John Cena or Shawn Michaels? Who are you taking?
I'm taking John Cena.
Agreed.
I'm taking John Cena. Shawn Michaels as a face is corny. As a heel was his best work, and as a heel, it was just the pretty boy shit, really. As a face,
which is hilarious.
No, yeah, sure, but I mean, the only thing that I will say, when it comes to Shawn Michaels, that I'll give him his flowers for, like I said, he is a phenomenal talent as far as a wrestler. That doesn't say much because the bar is set pretty high. I mean, as far as like wrestlers, there's a lot of fucking phenomenal wrestlers in wrestling. Like, so
that Hell in the Cell match between him and Undertaker was amazing, bro.
was the best Undertaker Hell in a Cell match.
No, Mankind is the best, but that's second though. It's second or third.
You think? Probably because I feel like I'll take the Edge one over that too.
No, stop it. Come on, bro.
I'll take the Edge Undertaker.
And the Edge one was great, but no, that one's top 5, top 10. That Shawn Michaels one. Come on, bro.
All right, well, that's my piece of Shawn Michaels, I guess.
Hanging from the fucking cell and Undertaker smashes his fucking fingers. Like, come on, bro.
All right, well. So what do you think? What's your Attitude Era? Your most overrated?
I actually have 2, if you don't mind. Well, it's my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Number 1, Bret Hart. Some filthy Canadian who wears purple, and he doesn't have a character. He's just a Canadian that does submission moves. Well, that's all he does. This stupid gay ass fucking purple sunglasses. It's stupid.
I think when it comes to Bret Hart,
and that stupid Canadian group that he had with Jim Hart Night, whatever the fuck.
Jim not hurt.
Like that whole stable's stupid. Like, it was so dumb. I'm so glad. Shout out to Vince McMahon for screwing him over. Fuck Montreal.
I was just about to ask you that. I was just about to ask you
because Brandon, what did you expect? What did you fucking expect? Like, bro, you're about to leave the company with the title, and keep in mind, Brandon, this is like in the 90s. Like at the same time, like people still think this shit is real. You're gonna fucking leave with the title, so that means WCW is gonna get your title. So of course he has to screw you over.
You know what it is with Bret Hart? Bret Hart probably would have been my pick as well. But the thing is, it ended the relationship between him and Vince ended so prematurely. That's like, we didn't see everything when it came to Bret Hart at that point.
Well, we saw everything, Bret Hart. He didn't do shit. Who cared about him in WCW? He wasn't even top 5 most popular. He probably wasn't even top 10 most popular wrestlers in WCW, to be honest.
Yeah, but you could take wrestlers from any promotion, put them in another promotion. They still might not have that same fire. I mean, that's
because he's a fucking bum.
But I get it. I do say Bret Hart is overrated as hell too. So as far as him getting screwed over, I don't care. I really don't.
But and Chris Jericho, vastly over. Now let me go. Shout out to Donnie, he agrees. Chris Jericho is vastly overrated. I'm talking about Attitude Era Chris Jericho.
Really? The one best on the mic?
Listen, bro, listen. Chris Jericho's best work came after when he came back in the late 2000s. Like, Chris Jericho in the Attitude Era was funny, cool, but him going up against The Rock, anybody who watched that, like, it's like, okay, they're good on the mic, but The Rock is the supreme one. When he had the title, when he beat Stone Cold and The Rock, that was ridiculous. How the fuck you gonna have a mid-carder beat the 2 legends? And the storyline was so bad. He was being fucking Stephanie McMahon's bitch, walking a dog, and then peed on by a dog. He wasn't even a champion. He's a fucking Canadian pussy. What's up with all these Canadians?
I don't know if that. I mean, can you fault him for a storyline though? For a storyline, because when I mentioned wrestlers, I mentioned the character, which is all subjective at the end of the day. If I don't like a certain character, you don't like certain. It makes it's whatever I like or you like. But in general, I don't know if you can fault the wrestler for the storyline when they're just reading.
Listen, the wrestlers make the storylines even like I said, Brandon. You can have a great storyline, but if you have 2 shitty characters, 2 wrestlers in it, then it's not gonna be good. I think Brandon, I'm gonna be honest with Brandon. It's kind of like because I don't want to make this a sports stream, but it's kind of like how I say the player makes the coach more than the coach makes the player. Like you can have a shitty storyline. Like I'll give you the best example. Katie Vick is a horrible storyline, but the simple fact that it's Kane and Triple H makes it fucking hilarious.
I disagree because I've seen the company use jobbers in storylines, and it just worked. It just worked in general.
Hold on, give me an example.
If we're talking, let's use somebody as small as let's use the Hurricane as an example. Let's use that as an example, right? Okay. All right. He's not that great of a wrestler. He wasn't, but it worked. His character worked.
What storyline are you talking about?
Just his character in general. They used him in other people's storylines to work, like you said with the Triple H, Katie Vick thing. They use these other guys, these random guys, for storylines that aren't their storylines. Fine, but it just works. It adds like an extra bit of like seasoning to
But
it.
it's not. But what makes it is the main eventers, is the Triple H's, is the Shawn Michaels. Like there's like side. You know what it is, Brandon? It's like when you're like it is WWE's a TV show. It's like when you have the main character and you add like his best friend. His best friend's not his best friend may work, but he's not the main attraction. Like the main character is.
It's kind of like AEW. AEW has their show for jobbers. They have a show that is just for the jobbers. And
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
have
people,
the best storylines over there, but it's full of a bunch of bums like you running around trying to wrestle and shit. It's like, what the fuck?
but it's pretty popular. It's pretty popular. People watch it.
AEW is not popular, bro. Stop. They had a spark, but now they garbage.
AEW is still popular, even though, like I said, they're not that good, but they're still popular. I mean, it's like TNA. TNA was fucking
hot take. TNA was way better than AEW. Prime TNA.
Yes. Well, it depends. Well, Prime TNA, yes, but like TNA at its lowest was still popular, even though it was fucking trash.
Well, it's still on today. Ain't nobody give a fuck about TNA. It's called Impact Wrestling.
Well, that's why I said TNA, but yeah, I guess.
Hey,
Impact.
Brandon, $5. Do you know what TNA stands for?
Total, no.
Damn, bro. Total nonstop action. Get your
wrestling. I was thinking. I had the T and the A. I just didn't have the N.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that like as a little kid, I never knew what that meant until like I got like older and stuff, which is fucking hilarious.
I was gonna say my dumbass almost said total knockout, and that's why I stopped myself. I'm like, no, that's a fucking K. I was having myself there.
Now we're gonna talk about. I was gonna say something, but we're gonna talk about it later. But yeah, just Chris Jericho was just and then that stupid storyline. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting it? It's just like Chris Jericho's just not a main event guy to me. He's in that he's in that third tier for me. You know what I'm saying? Great mid carder.
Really, I mean, I would say I can see him as a main guy. They don't companies don't really haven't used him like that until he went around the world.
He's not meant to be used like that, bro. There's a reason for that.
But he's a legend on the mic. He's a phenomenal wrestler at that too. I think I'm not gonna say I wouldn't call him top 10 in the company at the time. Or you know what? Maybe now or maybe a few years ago I would have said that. But like at the time, no. But I mean, to call him the most overrated.
He was listen. Just because you're overrated, you can still be great. Like I think not to compare it to. We're gonna make sports analogies, but this is about WWE. Like Josh Allen's overrated, but he's still top 5 quarterback in the league.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
Like he was still good, but I just think he was just kind of out of place. Now, let's get to the most overrated, underrated wrestlers in your opinion. You go first, ladies first.
What do you want me to start with? Overrated or underrated?
Let's go with underrated first.
The most underrated wrestler, well, at least one of the most. The first one that came to my head, and I'm gonna stick with it, is Kane.
Kane? Okay.
I'm gonna stick with Kane. I think Kane is one of the most underrated. I mean, there's the Brothers of Destruction and the storylines with him and Undertaker. Yeah, I mean, those are the first two that pop up ending with Undertaker. I guess because it is Undertaker, maybe that star power is there, but Kane, even those most silly storylines with Daniel Bryan, like I don't know what it is with Kane. He's underrated to me in a sense that you could put him. I think you could place him anywhere. You could place him anywhere and anything, and the product would still come out good.
I do think when he took off the mask, he was kind of just there, kind of like ruined him. And that whole corporate Kane shit, where he was like a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, that
was so that kind of ruined him.
That was corny.
Not ruined him, but it was just like, come on, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's why, like for me, I can't say that the storyline. Like I said, the storyline. I don't fault the wrestler for because he just did that. He was told to do that, and Kane, that was a mistake to do. But
he slapped him upside his head. And by the way, Dolph Ziggler is a fucking bum. He's trash. Dolph Ziggler. I was three. I'm a show. Dolph Ziggler's a bum.
I'm not gonna put Dolph Ziggler on this list anywhere, whether overrated or underrated, because I don't care enough about Dolph Ziggler to talk about.
He's a fucking bum. Dolph Ziggler's trash. He flops around like a fish, and everybody loves him. I don't know why, but
well, he does know how to sell a move.
Yeah, he's a jobber. Like jobbers know how to sell moves. That's exactly what he is.
He's a very expensive jobber. He gets paid
shaking my ass on stage. It was 3 Vicky Guerrero. Fuck out of here.
He gets paid $15 million, and but that storyline with him, Vicky, and then he has At the time, he had was it Biggie? There was Biggie with him as well.
It was him and AJ and Biggie.
All right,
And
it's
then
him.
remember, it was like him, Vicky, and Jack Swagger for a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. So around that time, Dolph Ziggler had some cool moments. I think when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, it was a cool moment. But Dolph Ziggler
Well,
is
no,
the
it
very
was cool. It was cool, but it was dumb. But Alberto Del Rio was like the world champion was so fucking bad at the time. But is that what you all got? Because I got mine.
yeah. I'm gonna have to go Kane for the most underrated. Just he's the first one that popped up, and I think for a reason.
My first one, Triple H.
Underrated.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because he has his reputation of being a barrier. And I'm sorry, all the people that we know and love today, whether it's Batista, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, hell, Shelton Benjamin, all came off the back of Triple H laying down and giving them the 1, 2, 3. Chris Benoit, if he didn't go crazy, he'd probably still be around doing shit. Like Triple H, like people sit here and shit on Triple H. Oh, he buried. Evolution was bad. Evolution was not bad. Evolution, everybody fucking loved Evolution. He laid, even for old guys like Goldberg and fucking Shawn Michaels, who we didn't know at the time. Like we didn't know what a Goldberg was, but he laid down and gave him the 1, 2, 3. People sit here and call him a barrier, which I can understand. He did bury some people. I don't think he buried Booker T, but I do think Booker T should have won at WrestleMania 19. But at the same time, Booker still went on to be King Booker and have the world champion anyways. But dude, like, he has a losing record at WrestleMania. You gonna sit here and say he buried people? He put over Sheamus and Randy Orton too.
Triple H is like the final boss in video games in a certain way.
Like Triple H is like. Can you name me another wrestler at WrestleMania who has a losing record and still is great? Like, come on.
I do. Triple H gets a lot of. I think because of the hate that he gets, it could make him underrated. Like you were saying, people call him barrier and everything like that. I do think that could make him underrated. I wouldn't put him as underrated just because Triple H is one of the greatest, and I think everybody, even if they put the hate out there, they still know that. So I can't put him as underrated or overrated because he's not overrated. But I can see why, because of the hate that he gets, and he gets overlooked in that sense. I think it does make sense that you would put him underrated in a way.
And by the way, Triple H is a top tier wrestler. He's in that 1 tier, maybe towards the mid or low, but he's in that 1 tier.
Yeah, Triple H, definitely.
This nigga Donnie, Jack Swagger is horrible with his fucking lips. Triple H ruined WWE. Okay. Corporate Triple H, I'm not gonna defend. I'm talking about in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta think right now. I'm trying to think because I know the next one is most overrated wrestler. If you got one, go ahead, because I'm trying to think really right now. I got a few people in my mind.
Actually, I can name, if you want. I can think of it. I want to name another underrated wrestler. If you want me. If you want.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
JBL.
What?
Bro, let me tell you something. JBL, after Brock Lesnar left, Kurt Angle left, all these heels left. JBL. He literally went from some beer drinking asshole in the what's that, NWA with what's my man's name, Ron Simmons, to some pompous asshole Texan who fucking hates Mexicans and becomes the biggest heel ever and has great matches with John Cena, with Eddie Guerrero. It was fucking awesome. Like, people don't give that man his respect for being a fucking awesome ass heel, bro.
I mean, as a heel, sure, because he's not a good wrestler, and I guess he has a bad reputation in the company itself just because he's an asshole and he likes to bully his coworkers. But as a heel, I mean, yeah, he is a good heel, but that's just him being a dickhead in general. That's just his.
But no one gives him respect for that. They say he's trash, bro. JBL does not suck, bro. Let's be for real. When SmackDown was going on, who was the other? Can someone name me from the mid 2000 and when Brock Lesnar left? I think Kurt Angle left. I think he was in TNA somewhere. Ryan. Who was the fucking main heel? Whether it's Batista, Eddie Guerrero, fucking who else did I just say? Like, he was the main fucking heel. Like, stop with this bullshit about JBL. Okay. Let me tell you something. He can't wrestle, bro. You do. That's my point. He's a good. Listen. Just because I get wrestling has to do something with your do something as a wrestler. But at the same time, JBL was not. He's not a technician. People don't know this. He's the brawler. He's the ballroom brawler, which means all he does was punch, kick, and fucking pick you up and slam you. That's perfect for his fucking character.
I mean, yeah, you make a good point. I don't know.
Like, you want to be honest, Kane is not a good wrestler. What does Kane do?
But Kane's character is miles better than JBL's.
I mean, sure, yeah. If you want to say that, even though I think their characters were both great, that's fine. But he's not a good wrestler. What does he do? The fuck did it choke slam, tombstone?
I'm trying to find something.
Like, come on.
I'm trying to find a way to combat you with the JBL because I don't like it, but I really can't find, because you made a point. You made your point in the sense that he is the perfect heel in a way, as far as, because he is an asshole in general. So I can't really hate it so much. I can't.
And by the way, everybody calls him. Who gives a fuck about who's that fucking soccer fag that he fucking bullied back in 2016 or whatever? Mario Ronaldo. Fuck him. Hashtag Team JBL.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, bro. Like, listen,
Mario Ronaldo's a respected commentator in boxing, and you know, he was also in NXT. You know, I think that's why. I mean, people loved him, so I can understand why they stuck up for him.
Because WWE's full of pussies now. Like, listen, at the end of the day, give JBL his flowers, man. He's a fucking like, the simple fact that you guys don't like him because he was an asshole. Like, I get, like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people who like JBL.
You know who I'll put on that underrated list as well?
Who else?
Just because I'll put the Miz. I think,
you know what? I might have to agree with you on that one.
Because the Miz is just kind of like where I put Jericho as one is the best on the mic. I mean, the Miz, everyone hates the Miz. I mean, I like the Miz just because it's kind of funny to watch him talk shit and then get scripted to get his ass whooped. It's funny to me, but just his character, he's a perfect heel. They had him as a babyface for about a month and it didn't work, and it was just it was hard.
The Intercontinental Champion.
But I think he was perfect for that Intercontinental title on his fucking insanity run with that Intercontinental title. I think he's perfect for it. And I think he made that belt, to be honest, at the time when he had it all the time. I think he really made the Intercontinental Championship what it was for the 2000s up.
Donnie, I won't go that far. I'll put him in the top 10.
Top 10 is fair.
I mean, because when you consider all the heels, you got to consider all the heels. You got to put Triple H, you got to put Randy Orton, you got to put Vince McMahon in there. You got to put Corporate Rock in there. Who else was a heel? Got to put. Did I already say Randy? You got to put
Batista.
Nah, I was gonna say.
Not Batista.
Who else can I think of? You gotta put Roman Reigns in there. You gotta put this Roman Reigns character in there too.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. I think as far as heels, like I said, you gotta
Edge.
Top 5 is too much.
Kurt Angle when he was with Paul Heyman, that was pretty dope. So
I think he's just. But as far as if Donnie, you want to say top 5 on the mic, I could see that in a way. I mean, I think there's still five more people better on the mic than him, but I can still see him top 5 on the mic. I got my overrated wrestler.
Top 15. I'll put him top 15. Maybe top 10. I don't know. Like,
I got my overrated wrestler.
This is all right.
Do you have your overrated wrestler?
Do I have one? Yes.
Yeah, I have one right now too.
Oh, you go ahead. Ladies first.
Right. So it's funny because you say ladies because my overrated wrestler is a lady. Because I just have to say, because I can't stand this bitch. I hate her more than fucking Sasha Banks. Charlotte fucking Flair.
Agreed.
I hate this fucking woman. I hate her. I can't even call her a woman. She looks like a man.
Let's be fair. She's there because she's Ric Flair's daughter. And
that's the part that sucks because all she does is Ric Flair's. It's like if she's cosplaying as Ric Flair for Halloween. It's fucking horrible.
And this stupid figure 4 lock is stupid. Where she like bends, like she like acts like she's doing like that's stupid. You know what I'm talking about? What she does like yeah, it's so dumb.
They call it the figure 8. Like this shit is so. Oh my god! I was actually happy when Sasha Banks won off of her, just because I fucking hate Charlotte Flair more than Sasha Banks. And then this bitch dropped in fucking the next pay-per-view. But Charlotte, like, she's all right as a wrestler. She's got some good moves or whatever. Besides that figure 8 that is kind of corny as well. To have that as your finisher, whack to me. But she's just biting off her dad, and it's just horrible. It's horrible, honestly. I really hate it. Every time I see her on the TV, I want to puke. It's bad.
Is she still with
I would,
WWE?
yeah,
Oh,
I would take honestly. I would rather watch 10 Bad Bunny matches over over 1 minute of Charlotte Flair matches.
agreed.
I hate her. I hate her with a passion.
Yeah, I mean, but do people really overrate her? Like, I don't really hear people talk about it. I mean, I could be wrong, but
The company itself overrates her because they always have her in that picture. It's like if you want to put people who put like Roman Reigns or John Cena as overrated because they were always getting pushed. It's kind of that same set. Charlotte Flair is always on the headline. Is always in the main event or something. It's just horrible. So yeah, she is overrated in that sense.
all right. Here's my next one. I know this one's gonna be controversial, even though I think you kind of know since we talked about him.
Uh,
I'm just gonna give you a hint. It's clobbering time.
you put him overrated? What?
Punk, absolutely, 100%. Not a good wrestler in the ring. His stupid punches that he does is dumb. That whole pipe bomb shit was good for like a good few months, and then he was vastly overrated. What, like, CM Punk before? Listen, that whole stupid shit where he was the straight edge society. Oh, I'm Charles. That was so dumb and lame.
Straight edge.
It was dumb. Like he's not. He okay. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him, but at the same time, bro, he did the pipe bomb, which was cool, which was fine. It was cool. Retrospective, probably was horrible because he was shitting all over John Cena in the company, but he's one of more vanilla midgets in the fucking company. But after that, he left, came back, didn't do shit. He's never been good in the ring. I don't know what's so cool about the Anaconda Vice. What's so cool about the Go to Sleep? What's so good about his rip-off imitation of fucking Shawn Michaels' elbow, which was more even horrible.
I'm like shocked right now. You really like not that. I mean, I'm not surprised you would say
when did CM Punk carry WWE? When did he carry? He carried the ratings down low. Go look up those ratings for when he had the WWE champion. His ratings were so fucking bad, it wasn't even funny.
CM Punk as one of the most overrated is wild in every sense to say. Now, I will say he doesn't get enough smoke because, like I said, I think there's two. It takes two. Well, it takes two people to end a relationship, and he definitely did his part in that whole ending everything with WWE. I think Vince and Triple H get a little too much hate.
He
for that.
walked out of the company.
Yeah,
of course, Brandon. If you're at your job and you walk out, you're getting fired that
day.
Yeah.
That's why I can't completely defend him. And like I said, he ended up like kind of busting with AEW because of his attitude. Really, it was his attitude talking about I'm too old for this shit and I work with children and talking shit in front of the owner, to the owner, in front of everybody, shit like that. I can say he's an asshole for that. But CM Punk being one of the most, CM Punk.
All right, I'm gonna explain this because Get On Kid brings up a horrible point. CM Punk carried WWE from 2011 to 2013. That's absolute bullshit. John Cena was there, and John Cena was still in the main event. But besides that, in 2011, he was in Nexus, and he had the pipe bomb. Me and Brandon both agreed. I didn't like the CM Punk's Nexus. I thought it was stupid and dumb. He had the fucking he had the pipe bomb. Oh, WWE sucks. Oh, the spokes on the wheel stuff. That was cool. That was great. It was awesome. I still watch that promo to this day. Came back and beat John Cena at Money in the Bank. Cool, whatever. No, he beat John Cena, then left, and then he beat John Cena again at SummerSlam. Cool, whatever. He loses to Alberto Del Rio. And then he wins the belt off of Alberto Del Rio as Survivor Series. Then he has this boring ass storyline with Chris Jericho that no one gave a fuck about. He had a boring ass fucking storyline with fucking what's his dude's name? Daniel Bryan before Daniel Bryan started the Yes Movement. No one cared about him. He was absolutely like he didn't like. I'm sorry, like I was watching WWE religiously at that time. It was just like no, I was more interested in other storylines.
CM Punk, like I can say so many good moments, like winning the Money in the Bank and shit like that, and his obviously the John Cena and CM Punk rivalry which is one of the best rivalries in the company all time, in my opinion, and I'm gonna mention it later on. Even putting Alberto Del Rio in the mix, I think him fighting The Rock was a little corny, just because we all knew what was gonna happen. It ended up turning to
What should have happened? He should have had the belt. Listen, when CM Punk was WWE champion, no one gave a fuck about him. I'm sorry, like the simple fact that I go back and I watch John Cena's the main event guy. Like, come on, like, it's just fucking. Like, people will say it's booking. No, it's not booking. It's because CM Punk can't carry a show by himself. This asshole has the nerve to sit here and say he never got his chance. Dude, you were a champion. You were the longest reigning champion forever. You fought Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker and all these other people. Like, you sucked. You sucked.
I think CM Punk is great. I don't think you bring up good points as far as, like, with the championship and all that stuff, but I think CM Punk overall as a wrestler was great. He was great on the mic.
He's not a good wrestler, bro. He does kicks and he does that stupid punch. He does that stupid punches, and then he does the shitty ass elbow move. Go to sleep is trash, and fucking the Anaconda Vice is stupid too.
The Anaconda Vice was stupid, but like in the ring, he was fluid in the ring. He worked with any wrestler basically in the ring.
But he was boring as fuck. He was just boring as hell. Like I did enjoy him when he had the title, but like just going back and looking at it, like it's nothing.
I watch that a lot. I sometimes, like, at least a few times a year, I go back and I really rewatch that whole CM Punk run. I go on YouTube and they still have it. They turn off all the comments, but I still watch that every now and again.
They turn off the comments. That's hilarious.
And I think CM Punk, I don't know. I think if CM Punk somehow, even though it never happened, came back to WWE, it would be the biggest thing WWE's done in like the last.
But does that show? But does that show how great he is, or how shitty WWE's characters is? Like, let's be for real.
I think that shows how great he is, because everyone loved CM Punk. Sure, you could call the ratings, but everybody loves CM Punk. To this day, they still change his name and just randomly.
Because they're a bunch of fucking fat neckbeards who jerk off and shit, and fucking, like, come on, bro. Nobody give a fuck about Punk. Punk had a spark. He had a good move, and then kind of burnt out. And then by the way, can people stop hyping up that stupid ass theme song? This fire burn.
I think people do overrate that song. I think it's a good song, but I think a lot of people overrate that song too.
Garbage. I always like the Cult of Personality.
The Cult of Personality was a cool song to come out to as well. I think actually when you think of CM Punk, that's the song you think of. You don't think of his first song. I disagree with
fire burns. Fuck
out. Before I give you, because I kind of have another overrated wrestler. Before I even say it, because you mentioned CM Punk's old song, let me ask, what do you think about Randy Orton's music? You think what's the better song, the Legend Killer song or the song or Voices?
Oh, Voices, hands down.
Really?
Hey, nothing you can say. Fuck out of here.
Really? I mean, I think Voices is fire. I do, bro. And I think that fits his character better as far as, like, it's slow pace. He's walking to the ring. So you seems like somebody's gonna get their ass whooped to it. But I think Legend Killer was
Randy Orton at the time was like a pretty boy, but like it was just. Maybe it's just corny to me now, but I always love voice. Like, I hear voices in my. I fucking love that song, bro.
It fits his current character better for sure. Would you take Legend Killer or fucking CM Punk's old song?
Wait, hold on. Oh, man, that's both shitty. Man, I'll probably take Legend Killer.
I don't know. I think Legend Killer was pretty good, but I can see that old CM Punk song. Like I said, I liked it, but a lot of people overrated it. Yo, speaking of overrated,
through this fire burn. It's so dumb. And I was just sorry to interrupt you, but I was just literally playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, and that song just came on. And I just had to fucking skip it. It's so fucking horrible.
That's funny. Another overrated wrestler I got for you, and I don't think I have to explain too much, but it is. I think Big Show is overrated as hell. Just had to put that out there, because a lot of people, he was involved in a lot of big storylines, but like you said, he was carried by all the other guys, like back then, like The Rock and shit like that. And Big Show, just, I don't know, I always find him super overrated. I like Big Show, but I don't think he provided that much value to the company.
I do think. I mean, Big Show was kind of a corner. I think Big Show has some good moments here and there. I think he was a good hand to have. Not always on, but I think they did over saturate him at one point. I mean, I'm not gonna shit on your overrated point, but I think people like hate Big Show so much. I don't know if he's overrated. Maybe if you want to put in WWE terms, like the company throw him out there, then yeah, he's overrated. But by fans, I don't think so.
For me, it was like because a lot of time they would be like, "Oh, he's the world's not the world's strongest man." I'm sorry. He was the world's largest man, shit like that, and then he would come out and they would act like he's a threat, but his win-loss fucking record besides the overinflated wins on like he sucked. He's like I never was scared like, oh shit, Big Show came out, he's gonna fuck up my favorite wrestler. My favorite wrestler was Roman Reigns for the last like 10 years. Oh shit, he's gonna fuck up Roman Reigns.
Last year he's been a cornball. Like, remember when he was like crying, like this fucking horrible storyline with Dusty Rhodes. Oh my god! Like Michael Cole's like, Dusty's been fucking a father figure. Big Show. Like, when the fuck was this established? And he fucking like hit him with that stupid punch. He's like crying. It's so dumb. Oh yo.
Yeah, nah. I was never scared of Big Show. And looking back at the old stuff with The Rock and all that stuff, how Big Show came out as Paul White and everything, it's still. Like, I guess maybe because I see Big Show now, but like, just Big Show was never scary to me. He was never that.
When he fucking like busted through the fucking ring and beat the shit out of Stone Cold, that was pretty dope. And then flew Stone Cold through. That was actually pretty dope. Like, Big Show had his moments here and there. I'm not gonna like argue that he's overrated. I don't think he is because no one really gives a fuck. Fans at least don't give a fuck about him. But I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, nah.
Oh my god, Brendan, you remember fucking oh my. I could be getting this wrong. Remember that fucking horrible storyline he had with fucking Randy Orton, and they fought at like Survivor Series in the main event.
Yeah.
And the fucking crowd, and the crowd was fucking booing the fuck out of both.
You know what's the thing I love about WWE crowds? They make their opinions known. When they hate something, like especially at that beach ball, when they really don't give a fuck, they really don't give a fuck. And you could tell, like, oh shit, all right, I'm not the only one that doesn't give a fuck about this match. So something like that is pretty wild.
Shoot, overrated.
What was you got for overrated? Some crazy shit. Go ahead.
Oh, since we talked about it, Sasha Banks is vastly overrated.
Yeah.
Never liked her in the ring. She was boring. The boss and her being related to Snoop Dogg being Snoop Dogg's incest cousin. It was fucking dumb. Like, who cares?
It wasn't bad before she hit the main roster. But when she hit the main roster, I think, because we're going to talk about it next anyway, is the Mount Rushmore shit. And I think when they talk about the Mount Rushmore and the 4 horsewomen and shit like that, I think that shit was so corny. And Sasha Banks being part of it is just corny as well. Her and Bailey was fucking horrible.
Jeff Hardy, RVD, vastly overrated.
Jeff Hardy and RVD, as many people I say so underrated, I don't think he's that underrated. I think he's
RVD. Like, listen, RVD. Like, listen, RVD and I think I like Jeff Hardy better than RVD, but they both should have never been in the main event. Like, they're great mid-carders. Like, RVD with the Intercontinental Champion was great. Loved him. When he beat John Cena at One Night Stand, the whole fucking show. Let's fuck out of here.
You know what it is with those two? Like, they didn't get many opportunities because of their stupid shit outside. Like, they both, both of them were drugs actually. But with all that stupid shit, and they didn't get enough opportunities, and I kind of get why people don't like that. But that's their fucking fault. I don't think that makes them underrated at all.
RVD, but they were like not like when Jeff Hardy had the title. Like, who gave a fuck? Like Brandon, you bring up a good point. His whole storyline was, if you go back, watch him versus CM Punk back when they were beefing with each other on SmackDown in 08, 09. The whole storyline was, oh, you're a drug addict. You suck. Like, that's so lame.
Yeah.
Jeff killed my dog.
RVD, I'll put him as overrated as well. I can agree with RVD overrated. Jeff Hardy, I can see why. I'm not going to put him as overrated, but I can see why you say that as well.
And by the way, Rey Mysterio is overrated too.
Jeff Hardy, I ain't going to talk about Rey Mysterio. Jeff Hardy,
But you agree or disagree with that?
I mean, I love Rey Mysterio. I ain't going to lie.
Bro, he's overrated, bro. I'm sorry.
Jeff Hardy
died. I'm fighting for Eddie. I'm fighting for so stupid.
Jeff Hardy was, I mean, when you think about some of the craziest shit you think of the ring, you're always gonna think about Jeff Hardy first. I mean, him jumping off a motherfucking flipping off a fucking what you call it, the rafters on the top of the fucking, like, you're always gonna think about shit like that. So I don't know. As far as a performer, just because he's a great performer, I'm not gonna put him as overrated. Rey Mysterio, ain't nobody gonna disrespect Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is one of the best. All right, he's a great fucking wrestler. Kiss my ass.
Rey Mysterio benefited from Eddie Guerrero dying. I'm not trying to hear that.
Mexican power. What do you want to say?
Uh,
Latino world order.
it was so dumb. Like, and I love Eddie Guerrero, but like when he died and Rey Mysterio's like, I'm fighting for Eddie, I'm fighting for Eddie, I'm beating up Big Show, and Martin's so stupid. Cody
Rhodes. Think about, a lot of people are split on this. What do you think about the Eddie versus Rey Mysterio, the custody match for Dominic?
It was funny. It was hilarious. It was a great mid card. It was funny.
In the grand scheme,
I'm your real father. That was hilarious. It's fucking good.
In the grand scheme of things, do you think it was like trash, or was it like one of the best matches?
It's not one of the best matches, but it was good. Like if it was on TV, I'll watch.
Because a lot of people find it stupid. A lot of people are like, no, it was a great storyline and shit like that. So that's why a lot of people are split on that.
It was a good storyline. It was good. Like, it's not great, but it's good, man. It's good.
Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero are synonymous to each other. So I always think of one. I can't think of one without thinking about the other.
No, I can definitely think about Eddie Guerrero. I can think about Eddie Guerrero when he was beefing with Brock, when he was beefing with Triple H.
That's fine, but I still can't think about
him. When Chavo Guerrero betrayed him, him and Kurt Angle going at it. By the way, I know this is before we get to Mount Rushmore, I also want to say this. Another wrestler who's Chris Benoit, vastly overrated.
Why so?
People listen, Benoit was all right, and we're talking about in the ring, of course. But Benoit was all right, but it's like the Rabid Wolverine. Okay, great. He was a Canadian with no teeth who just did German suplexes.
This dude don't like Canadians for shit.
No, it's not that. No. I was about to actually say something before, but no, it's not that. But it's like, dude, so what did like Benoit? It's like, Chris Benoit. It's like, okay, after he beat Triple H, and then lost the title to Orton, justifiably so. What did he do?
I think like Donnie said, fucking Benoit is great in the ring, but his mic work wasn't great. I think that's a fair point.
Mic work is Mike. I might get some heat for this. Mic work is more important than in the ring. I'm always gonna put characters. Mic work over wrestling.
I can agree to an extent, just because you're never gonna you can always remember these great ass matches, but you always remember what somebody said before what they did in the ring.
Finn Balor is also overrated too, by the way.
We talked about this before. Whatever. But people you take people there's a lot of wrestlers that I said that, like I said, the depth of wrestlers that are great. Every wrestler damn near is great, but you got people like Evan Bourne is a great example for me. Evan Bourne actually was dope as hell to watch in the ring, but obviously he flamed out because he didn't have mic skills. He wasn't a character that nobody liked like that.
What do you think about this one? Shane McMahon, overrated or underrated?
Shane McMahon. A lot of people forget about the importance of Shane McMahon because he was important. He definitely was important. As a wrestler, I can't put him as overrated or underrated just because he wasn't known for wrestling as a. You know what? I'm gonna put him underrated. I think his character back then, since not only was he important, but it was entertaining as hell with all the stuff against his dad and shit like that. I think it was pretty entertaining. I think when he made his second run, coming back and fought the Undertaker and all that shit, that was corny. Him being commissioner of SmackDown,
the match was great, but it was kind of corny.
Yeah, the match was fine, but I'm saying everything else was corny. His second run, but prime fucking Shane McMahon, I think he's underrated.
You know what? I'll go underrated, even though I think he's just about right, but underrated because his match when Kane beat the shit out of Linda McMahon and he came out and started beating the fuck out of Kane, that was actually pretty dope. I just remember that.
And well, like I said, with Jeff Hardy jumping off the rat, I mean, I think of Jeff Hardy versus Shane McMahon. I mean, it's crazy shit.
Yeah, Shane McMahon was dope. Also, speaking about Canadians, I want to say this: Edge is better than Kurt Angle.
Agreed. Kurt Angle, I kind of think Kurt Angle's a little overrated. I think Kurt Angle's a little overrated.
Love
I think
Kurt Angle, but he just elaborate because I know there's gonna be people in the chat pissed.
he's great, but I think he's a little overrated as well. And I think that's more because obviously he wasn't with the company for that long. Remember, he went on to fight in he was in Impact and all these other things. But I don't know, his whole thing is kind of weird. Every time I think of Kurt Angle, I think of milk, and I don't think I should think about that. Yeah, I don't think I should think about milk when I think about a wrestler. That's one. And I think about certain matches. Like one of my favorite things was like it was when he came out. It was him. It was Stone Cold and Chris Jericho, and then he got involved in stuff like that. Was great and everything like that. But I don't really have that many good moments of Kurt Angle besides some funny moments with Brock Lesnar. I don't think he was. I don't think he was there long enough to even really appreciate what he could have been.
I mean, Kurt Angle, like those like storyline. Like, remember when Stone Cold joined the Alliance? I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but
Yeah.
the simple fact that Kurt Angle, this wasn't like Kurt Angle. This was like Kurt Angle is making Stone Cold cry. That was so dumb.
Yeah.
Kurt, don't do this. You making Stone Cold Steve Austin cry.
Kurt Angle was kind of a funny gimmick in a way, but I just think they didn't really do it correctly. I think it's funny because years later on, like fucking 15 years later, in comes in Jack Swagger, and I think they try to replicate what they could have done with Kurt Angle.
But Jack Swagger.
Yeah, that didn't.
Kurt Angle's great, but I mean, I think Kurt Angle, Perk Angle's his best.
Yeah, just because they keep fucking texting it in the chat. Sin Cara, I'm not gonna even fucking address Sin Cara because who the fuck cares, honestly.
Sin Cara is not even worthy enough to be overrated.
Exactly. I can't even. I'm not gonna mention. The only thing I remember when it comes to him is who's the real Sin Cara. Like, come on, man, that's not worth mentioning. That's like me mentioning dudes like Kalisto.
Can I say Chris Masters is underrated?
You didn't. Oh, you saying if you can? Sure, you can. Yeah.
I think he's kind of. I don't know. I think he was a good hand to have. I think he was just like, I think him and also Mr. Kennedy were just underrated. Like they were
Mr. Kennedy.
They were just like pesty heels.
Rick Rude.
Huh?
I think Rick Rude. I'll put Rick Rude in a sentence like that too.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't watch. I know Rick Rude from WCW. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Like, I mean, also Roddy Piper's pretty underrated too,
man. I'm not gonna really explain too much. Because it's just because of how I feel about them. Maybe because they were heels, so maybe I just didn't like them because of that. But I always thought the NWO was overrated.
Oh my god! All right, moving on. What's the next topic?
Next topic was the Mount Rushmore.
Now,
you said
I think I put this in the chat. We're gonna answer this in two different ways. Who is on the Mount Rushmore? Who's on the Mount Rushmore, and who's on ours? So you get the two questions, right?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so you go ahead first.
Well, I think we can agree on what's on the Mount Rushmore. I think I would put, all right. So I think Mount Rushmore for what WWE would put on their Mount Rushmore would probably be. I think they're gonna put somebody like a Bruno Sammartino just because
Bruno Sammartino. Fuck out of here.
They always. You ever watch like these WWE documentaries on CD and everything like that? They
come on, bro.
Always bring this man up because
like, that's like it's like kind of like how like the NFL RIP to him, by the way. It's like how the NFL brings up like Jim Brown. Like, okay, he was a pioneer, but he's not top 5 running backs. Come on.
I'm just saying what WWE would say, but like as the community, I think you would put people like I think you would put people like I think the community would agree Stone Cold. Maybe Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, of course, Hulk Hogan, hands down.
The community would probably say Hulk Hogan as well. I think The Rock is actually not going to be on it. I don't think people are going to put The Rock on it because you got people. I think people are going to put The Undertaker. And
oh man,
I'm not saying mine. I'm just saying I think the wrestling community would say The Undertaker because.
Okay, so you think if WWE was making a Mount Rushmore, you think they have Hogan, Stone Cold, Undertaker, and one more?
One more. This one's a little tough.
By the way, as he says The Rock, I'm watching Central Intelligence right now, people, but go ahead.
maybe they would put. I don't want to put Triple H or Shawn Michaels just because I can't say Shawn Michaels and then neglect Triple H because Triple H is better than Shawn Michaels. But
Yeah.
just maybe I'll go Triple H on the last one. Oh no, I'm sorry, bullshit. What the hell? Ric Flair. They would put Ric Flair. They would most definitely put Ric Flair.
They're not gonna put Ric Flair over Triple H.
You don't think so? Ric
Nah.
Flair. They would put Ric Flair or John Cena over Triple H.
You didn't have Cena on yours?
This is not mine. This is what I think the community would put. What's on the Rush?
No, No, we're talking about WWE.
All right. Well, I think the WWE put either Cena or Ric Flair over Triple H.
I honestly think WWE is gonna put Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Rock, and Cena.
You know what it is? It depends who is saying this list in WWE. Is it like Vince or is it like
Vince, Triple H, the whole nine, bro?
Triple H. I don't think Triple H is gonna. I don't think he'll put himself in it. I don't think he'll put Shawn in it. I don't see him I don't see him putting The Rock in it either. I don't see Triple H or Vince putting The Rock in it. I think they're gonna leave him like if there was a fifth, he would be the fifth. He would be on the bench.
Do you know what? If you want to swap out The Rock, I think they will probably replace him with Andre the Giant.
Yeah, but I'd rather Andre the Giant over somebody like a. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Andre the Giant was a spectacle, so it kind of makes sense. Now,
to this day. I mean,
as far as my Rushmore, Rock, Cena. Rock. I gotta put Cena on it. I gotta put Rock and Cena. I have to put Stone Cold, and then on the fifth one, fourth one. I'm probably gonna have to go Taker as well with it. It's kind of similar. I'm gonna have to go Taker because I think just along with the streak and everything with Taker was real important for that company, and I think I'm gonna put Taker.
So this is my Mount Rushmore, which means it's my personal opinion. So with mine, I have to have two heels and two faces to balance it out.
Oh,
so my two faces. No, I'm saying this is just for me. You don't have to do this. I'm just saying this for me. So Cena, I just had mine. Cena and Batista, both as the faces. The heels, Randy Orton and Triple H.
I like Randy Orton's. I like the Randy Orton pick. I do.
I was gonna put Edge on there, but Edge, he did have to retire early. Meanwhile, those guys kept going on. So not his fault, but still, I know he came back for that little run in 2020 and then got injured and left. So
technically speaking, I do have two heels, two faces because Cena and Stone Cold are faces, and then you got The Rock and Undertaker would be primarily heels.
But do you honestly think of The Rock and Taker, like people like them because of what they were when they were faces?
Well, you got to put them. If I have to put them as one or the other,
no, I'm saying this is for me. You didn't have to. I'm saying for me, I would do that.
I think I'll take them as heels. The Rock as a heel. He was such a cocky asshole, and it was just hilarious the way he would speak about it. He would say whatever the hell he wanted. It was fucking amazing. But then you got
which Rock are you talking? You talking about Hollywood Rock in the 2000s or corporate Rock? Because I like corporate Rock.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go corporate Rock, but Hollywood Rock was good too. I'll say corporate Rock.
And then Undertaker, I'm assuming the ministry shit, which was amazing.
Yeah,
even though they kind of botched that at the end. It was me, Stone Cold. It was just stupid.
A lot of people like the American Badass. I think the American Badass is okay, but I don't think it was all that either. Just because it's not. It wasn't like
he was a face. Though.
Yeah, I think it was cool. It was cool if you look back on it, but at the same time, it's not the Undertaker. You think of the Undertaker, this man's coming out with lightning bolts and a big ass robe. You don't think of I'm a biker.
Yeah, facts. But let's move on to the next topic. Who is the wrestling GOAT?
Let me ask you something, because you mentioned Randy Orton on your Rushmore, and we're talking about the GOATs, right?
Yeah.
Randy Orton is definitely up there, is definitely on that list somewhere. But I saw this on Instagram not so long ago where somebody was saying if anybody deserves to break Ric Flair's record, it shouldn't be Cena, it should be Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I know. I wish I could pull up the post, but yeah, I saw that because definitely a compelling case. Definitely a compelling case. I don't know if he's gonna. I heard he got injured. Like he had like a season, career-ending injury or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's something. It's either his neck or his back. It's something like that. I think it might be something in the spine. Which, if it's true, then that's it for him.
Yeah, that sucks, man. But I wouldn't mind it. I like Randy Orton. I wouldn't mind it.
Would you take Cena or Orton to do it?
Honestly, bro, if you were asking me this 10 years ago, I would say Cena. But ever since Cena left, Randy Orton's been there. I'll give it to Orton. Orton's been loyal.
Orton's was the loyal one. Orton was there. Orton just, like I said, Orton's definitely he doesn't get enough flowers. He gets a lot of flowers. I don't think he gets enough flowers. I can't put him as underrated because it's fucking Randy Orton. I mean,
yeah,
but Orton is legit. I think he's one of my top 5 favorites. I think that's easy to say for me. So he's my top 5 favorite.
Yeah.
If we're talking now, who's the wrestling GOAT? Now you got it. I don't think people are gonna put Orton, even though, like I say, he should be up there somewhere. But you're gonna obviously think of Cena. You're gonna think of maybe Hulk Hogan, just because he had his run back then, and I guess Ric Flair. You could put him somewhere there because 16 championships as well. Who's the wrestling GOAT? That's kind of tough. You got an answer for that?
Hulk Hogan.
You got Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Hulk Hogan kind of jump-started the WWF. Yeah, when we look back at it, corny, eat your vitamins and stuff, but he was the 80s. When you think of the 80s, you got to think of Hogan.
Yeah.
And you also got to think about this. Who gave a fuck about WCW before he got there and hit the leg drop and joined the NWO?
True. They did bring numbers. You know what? I'm a counter that with the same point. I'm gonna take my GOAT. My GOAT is Stone Cold. My GOAT is Stone Cold because without Stone Cold, WWE would have been fucked in the wars in the war against WWF and WCW. Stone Cold is what brought those eyes to WWF.
But let's be for real. They do rewrite history. The reason why WCW didn't beat WWE is because WCW fucked up. It wasn't because WWE was better. Like WCW fucked up.
Fair enough, but without Stone Cold there, WCW probably would have taken over. I think so. I think they probably would have taken over.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like Brandon. If me and you are at war and I'm whooping your ass, but there's tension within my facility and we weaken each other, and you overtake me, is that you actually being better than me, or is that just me, like, just self-inflicting wounds on myself? Stone Cold is great. I have no problem with you putting him as the GOAT. But honestly,
I could say maybe it won't make me better than you, but at the end of the day, like they always say, history's written by the winners. So
yeah, but you need to know history. But I would say, I have no problem with you putting it, but I don't think the wrestling GOAT. Now, if you want to say your GOAT, that's fine. My GOAT will probably have to be Cena, because he was the Stone Cold of my era. So
yeah, because everybody Cena. When you think of WWE, the first person my GOAT is Stone Cold. Like I said, I'm gonna stay with that. But if we're talking the wrestling GOAT, I'm Cena. Yeah, he's synonymous with wrestling, just like Hulk Hogan was before.
Yeah,
and Stone Cold, The Rock, and Cena. Those are the top 3 that can control a crowd without it. Cena gets so much hate from a crowd, and he can still control them without an issue. I bet he tells the crowd jump, they'll say how high. So I think Cena gets a lot of hate because he was corny and because he was pushed a lot and all that. But it's fucking John Cena.
Now let me ask you something. Do you think they should have turned Cena heel?
No, I don't see a point. Where in his career would he have been good as a heel? Do you think?
I don't know. That's always been a question. Like, I always say yes as a kid, but honestly, thinking about it, I don't know. Should they turn him heel or not?
John Cena is so important because you need that Superman guy.
But that's why people didn't like him, because he's a Superman.
By the way, I just got the alert for Haney versus Lomachenko.
Oh, who won? It's 10 o'clock. There's no way the main event just won.
Yeah, it's starting. That's why the main card, I'm guessing, is starting. It's starting to buy. But I don't know if Donnie ever answered this question for that. But anyways, like I said, Cena, I don't think it would have made it.
No, Donnie didn't
There's no point.
pay for you, so
There's no point in putting him heel. There would have been no part of his career that would have been good. And
maybe
Cena,
against The Rock, but I don't know. The Rock left afterwards, so
maybe during Nexus, maybe with Nexus, but
Nexus was heel.
No, I'm saying maybe when he was I gotta join Nexus to destroy them from within. You know, that maybe they could have done something there, but would it have mattered?
Or maybe against Roman when him and Roman were beefing, so you can make Roman a face if you wanted to. But yeah,
the first time
I don't see where you could turn him heel. Like there would
be
no
first fight between Roman and John Cena. I liked it. It wasn't all that looking back on it, just because they did it. They kind of forced it because they were just it's a once in a lifetime match once again with John Cena. They forced it, but I like that WWE came around and did it a second time with Roman as a heel. I do like that.
Yeah, you talking about Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah, I do like that they did it a second time. And Cena, Cena was used to bury people all the time, but now last person I remember he buried heavy was Baron Corbin. When Baron Corbin had the Money in the Bank.
Sucks ass. Fuck Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but he did bury Corbin heavy. But Corbin, for what it's worth, even though he sucks, Corbin is very loyal to the company. He's gonna get paid really good, and he's gonna be with them forever.
Yeah, but he still sucks.
Yeah, well, he's very loyal, so there's that. But Cena used to bury people all the time. I don't know how you feel about when they did the Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania for he got squashed in 3 minutes. I think I guess it was a cool moment, but at the same time it was a little corny as well. I mean, we kind of wanted to see a big match with those two in WrestleMania. Fuck Nikki Bella, by the way. Fuck her, and fuck the whole thing they did with them getting engaged in a ring. That shit was mad corny. Just had to say that real quick.
You said what was dumb?
When him and Nikki Bella had gotten engaged in a ring, no one cared. I don't know why they did that special moment.
Oh, you talking about that was the Ronda Rousey WrestleMania.
Yeah, fuck that bitch Nikki Bella. All right, for her boob job. But anyways, back to the GOAT stuff. I probably would have to say Cena just because he's synonymous with the brand. But my GOAT is Stone Cold, just because like I said, Stone Cold. He pioneered the war against WCW. Even if he's not the reason WWE won, it's still he's the front. He was he led the ship on that one.
Or honestly, my goal would either Cena or Batista. One of those two.
The problem with Batista wasn't the way shit ended with Batista and WWE was it just put a sour taste in my mouth for everybody. They did him dirty.
Were you talking about the first time or second time?
Second time.
Yeah, I do think fuck the crowd for ruining that.
Yeah, no. What the fuck? I'm trying to open my window. What the hell? Yeah, I might be stuck inside the car. What you call it? Yeah, no, they fucked that one up, and the crowd fucked it up too.
Gay ass crowd, fucking. But I'm just talking about for my goal, I will have Batista, just because I fucking loved him when the fucking Triple H, I'm staying right here in Raw and challenging you, So I always loved that. I love the SmackDown thing. Also love the fact that he whooped Rey Mysterio's ass. They're that's just funny. Rey Mysterio's like, Batista, what are you doing? You're my friend. He's just like, fuck Rey Mysterio.
What do you think? Who do you think would, in your eyes, who was the bigger threat? As far as you saw them coming out to the ring in the middle of a match, you're like, oh shit. Who was the bigger threat? Batista, Prime Batista, or Brock Lesnar?
Ooh.
When you heard that music happen in the middle of your favorite wrestler fighting, oh shit.
That's a good one. I'm assuming you're saying Prime Brock and Brian Batista.
Of course, yeah.
That's a good one, bro.
Because Batista was called the animal for a reason, but Brock Lesnar, when he would do that, you could tell Brock Lesnar just did not give a fuck in general. Not even his character. He just didn't give a fuck at all.
Yeah, that's why I have to lean towards Brock. I had to lean towards Brock, even though both of them were fucking pretty. That's an. Oh, I should have add. I should. You know, we're gonna add some more topics to this list before we. All right, no, let's talk about this before we get into the top 5 worst and best. Dream matches. Go.
Dream matches.
I'll go one. Brock versus Batista.
Brock versus Batista's got to be up there for sure. I wanted to see. Let me think. I wanted to see.
What's up, bro?
I wanted to see. Like I said before, I wanted to see John Cena and Undertaker in WrestleMania, but not the way they did it. I wanted to see like a legit storyline.
Yeah, corny. That shit was so bad.
I want to see a legit storyline. Like that should lead up. Another storyline that would be dope for me.
Prime Sting and Prime Undertaker.
Oh yeah, you know what? I was talking to my boy Will, right? And he was saying his Mount Rushmore. He put Sting on his Mount Rushmore. What do you think about that?
I mean, on his, that's fine.
But do you how do you feel about towards Sting in that sense?
I'm gonna be honest. I think Sting was carried by the NWO and Goldberg. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, I mean, Sting is great, but I mean, Sting's all right. I mean, the character was good, but I mean, without I think Sting he's one of those people who's great, but he needs he can't be good. Like, he doesn't carry. He needs to he's kind of like a Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Scottie Pippen is good, but I mean, you need that Michael Jordan with him. You know what I'm saying? So he needed the NWO and Goldberg.
There's a lot of matches in general that I don't really have a dream match that is one that I never saw, but there are matches that I want to see again, whether if that I haven't seen them in a long time or just the simple fact that they weren't good the first time. I would love to watch another Rock versus Brock Lesnar. Maybe not now, but a few years ago, I would love to watch it again. Or
they have plans for that after at WrestleMania 31, but I guess they scrapped it.
I think what was personally a good match. What? Hold up.
John Cena versus Mick Foley. That's kind of random.
John Cena versus Mick Foley.
I mean, I'm not saying it will be bad, but I mean, that's kind of random.
If we're talking from that's kind of funny though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I really don't have a dream match that I haven't seen that really popped up in my head. You got any more?
Stone Cold versus Goldberg.
You know what? A lot of people say that, but I just don't know. I don't know if I really would like that.
That would be an amazing storyline, man.
I've heard a lot of. You're not the only one that said it. I've heard a lot of people say that. You know what was a very corny storyline? Just because I keep thinking, or I'll wait because we.
Yeah, do you want to do the storylines first, or so? We have the top 5 best and worst storylines and top 5 best and worst matches. So what do you want to do, matches or stories first?
Honestly, I might have to combine them just because I have matches that were great that had good storylines to it.
All right, then we'll do matches first, and then you can save your storylines for when we get to the storylines. But top 5 best matches. Top 5 best matches. Let's go. You go number 1. I'm gonna go number 1. Just how we did it.
Top 5 best matches.
Yeah. If you gotta think, I got one right off the top of my head.
Yeah. You go real quick.
Oh, Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 25.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna go Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley at that point too. Just in the Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell.
Shawn Michaels versus Mick Foley and Hell in a Cell.
No. I'm about to say Undertaker with my dumbass.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania.
All this fucking Shawn Michaels love, bro. I don't like it.
He's Mr. WrestleMania for a reason. Fuck out of
here. I think you could put any Stone Cold versus The Rock WrestleMania match in there.
I don't know. That third one was alright, but I don't know if I could put that in top 5. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'll put the second one. The second one was Stone Cold team with Mr. McMahon. That's oh my gosh. And then JR, Stone Cold sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another match that really Really.
You know, a match for me that I really liked: Triple H versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 27.
Triple H versus Undertaker. That's a good one.
Because I don't know, him doing the tombstone on the Undertaker, I honestly thought the streak was over.
Yeah, there a lot. You think it would have been better with him breaking the streak or Brock?
I liked it with Brock. Brock was okay.
I feel like when it came to Brock, it was kind of like, was that like a lot of people still don't think that was supposed to happen. Like a lot of people think that was just that it just happened. Like something happened with Undertaker and they ended it prematurely.
I do think he should have retired after that. I do think Undertaker should have retired, but at the same time, I think it was cool. Like the moment was great, the match was decent. It was actually good because everybody thought like they did it good. Everybody thought Brock Lesnar was gonna lose. He fucking did it. It was amazing. Like
I have a match, but the reason I don't want to say it is because it kind of plays into storyline. I don't know, but maybe I'll save this for my last match just so it could segue in storyline.
all right, wait, you go ahead. I remain like fucking 10 matches already. You go ahead.
I only name like 2. Fuck, I'm falling behind. Damn, this is kind of hard. I don't know why it's hard. I know you got a bunch of matches that you fucking enjoyed. Yeah, I ain't lie. It's kind of hard. Hold on.
You gotta put Punk and John Cena Money in the Bank 2011 in there.
Punk and John Cena. I was thinking of that, but the thing is, I feel like I could find some better matches than that, even though it's a really good match. I'm thinking dudes like Seth Rollins and shit like that right now. To be honest. Oh shit. You know what? I forgot to mention somebody who I would put as a wrestling GOAT, but it's not just. The only reason I didn't really want to mention it is because we were talking WWE, and I was thinking overall wrestling.
This is a good one. This is a great one. This fucking match. This was a great one.
Go ahead.
No, the one that Get On Kid said, Triple H, Undertaker, Rikishi, Kurt Angle, Rock, and Stone Cold. That was fucking awesome too. At 2000, you know, shout out to my dad. R.I.P. to him. He actually had like that fucking tape shit. Was it DVR or VCR, whatever? VCR. He had that shit. Yeah, that was fucking dope. But go ahead.
VHS.
Yeah, VHS.
I just wanted to ask real quick. What's your thoughts on AJ Styles as a wrestler overall in general, all time?
He's overrated as fuck.
All right, yeah.
Fucking, oh my gosh. Now, time out. I watched TNA a lot.
Oh my god, bro.
He was not get ready to fly. I am. Fucking garbage, bro. Stupid.
Oh my god, bro.
He's not a good wrestler either. I don't want to hear that shit either. He's not good.
He's a fucking phenomenal wrestler. Stop
it. No, he's not. A phenomenal one. Like, fuck out of here. He's phenomenal.
Oh my god.
Get ready to fly. Fuck out of here.
I hate you.
Goldberg's a better wrestler than him.
Huh?
Goldberg's a better wrestler than him. Moving on.
Jesus Christ. Okay, what about? I'm thinking right now of some older matches. What about Chris Jericho? What about Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels? I think I might put that up there. WrestleMania. Fucking. Which WrestleMania is that?
Oh my gosh.
Is that no? Is that no? That's 19. WrestleMania 19.
No, it might have been 19. Yeah.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania 19. I think WrestleMania versus 19.
It's all right, I guess. I mean, top 5 all time. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but oh my gosh! Speaking of Edge versus Mick Foley, where fucking Edge speared Mick Foley through the fucking table. That fucking match was awesome. I fucking love that match.
What about? I got a tag one for you. I got triple tag for you.
Better be good.
Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian.
Oh, WrestleMania were fucking. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Oh yeah,
awesome. I gotta put that up there. That's when fucking this motherfucker got speared right off the fucking
Jeff Hardy got speared off the Edge.
Yeah, when he was hanging.
By the way, also all those Shield versus Wyatt fucking matches were awesome too.
Yeah, and it's sad how they ruined the Wyatt family after all that, because they had some big. They would have made good money off of that. I think the second wave of Evolution with the Shield was actually kind of dope too, even though it was their last legs.
Yeah, they
Obviously,
were good, but the wild ones were fucking amazing.
yeah. Oh, you know what's another match? I got you. Brock Lesnar, and Eddie Guerrero, 2004.
Oh yes, with Goldberg spear Brock and then
Mm-hmm.
Eddie hits him with the I love that one.
And for what it's worth, oh yeah, so you know what? One of my worst matches, just to put it out there real quick, is fucking
Yes, one.
Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. WrestleMania what 33 I think.
Oh, you talking about the recent ones?
Yeah, that shit was one of the worst matches of all time. That fucking Goldberg shit coming back, and that was fucking horrible. I just had to put that out.
Honestly, bro, can I say the original Brock Lesnar versus the original WrestleMania versus Brock Lesnar? Was it WrestleMania 20 that happened?
Which one you said?
The one with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the guest referee, and they both left.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I don't think that match is bad.
No, I don't think it was.
If you mute the TV, pay attention to the storyline, the match is not bad.
That's funny.
I'm just being for real. Like the match is not bad.
What about Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar? Would you put that match up there? WrestleMania 19 as well. Would you put that up there?
When Brock botched the fucking the Star Splash or whatever he botched. Yeah, as the worst.
No, as one of the best.
It was mid.
No?
It was Yeah, it was you know.
I had a lot of people, and I guess these are a little bit, people who stopped watching wrestling and then came back in. A lot of people even put like Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, the WrestleMania one. A lot of people put that match too.
It was but
no,
I wouldn't. And as a Daniel Bryan, I love Daniel Bryan, I love Triple H, but I wouldn't do that.
What do you think the last Royal Rumble is?
2001 with Stone Cold's amazing.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, man, shoot.
I got you. You like Batista. I was going to go 2010.
Batista didn't win in 2010.
No, but just because that's
which one are you talking about? You talking about 2014, where he came back?
No. Royal Rumble 2010 is when it was fucking hold on. I know CM Punk was having a good match, and then fucking I know there was Cena and Batista and all that, and Edge won. Didn't Edge win 2010?
Yeah, Edge won. Yeah.
I was gonna go Royal Rumble 2010 was a good one as well.
It was the one where John Cena returned. Was that 2008?
Yeah, I think that's 2008.
Yeah, when him, Batista, and Triple H are like in the ring and they're doing their fucking signature. They're like doing like their show off moves on them. That was awesome. I just had a recent one in my fucking head. I just forgot. Oh man, I just fucking forgot it. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm out of matches right there. Yeah, well, you know what? Since you mentioned the Shield versus the Wyatt family, my last match is gonna be Shield Wyatt family Elimination Chamber.
As the worst or best?
That's one of the best for me.
Yeah.
2014 Shield versus Wyatt family. I think that'll be my last one. I kind of had trouble thinking of. You know what it is? I'm bouncing from year to year to year to looking for a one, and I think that was one of my favorite ones, just because that's when I was really paying attention to wrestling again. Because I had moments in my life where I pay attention, stop paying attention, pay attention. Right now, I'm at the point where I'm starting to pay attention again, and I think that was one of the ones that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But worst, what did you say was some of the worst?
Oh yeah, I said Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. That shit was horrible.
The recent some of the worst. Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was ass.
Like, I don't know why people say, "Oh, the streaks," and that fucking match was boring.
Yeah, no, that was horrible.
Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker 2. Throw that up there too. That shit was boring as hell.
Yeah, that wasn't that good.
And then throw Cena and Undertaker in there too.
Cena Undertaker, that I think there's worse matches than that, but it's definitely
Bro, it's just
horrible.
it was
Definitely
like
horrible.
Cena getting his ass whooped the whole fucking time. Like, it was no offense by Cena. It was literally like Cena like, oh, Cena, fucking, I'm gonna fight you. Cena's calling out the Undertaker. Then he comes in and he just gets his ass whooped. Fuck out of here.
Oh, and then he it's funny because he runs to the back and shit like that. He runs
Yeah.
out the crowd. It was so John Cena cliche type shit that it was like what the, we all knew what was gonna happen to this funny part. That was
Yeah, it was so stupid.
pretty. What about what about when they did this was what year was this? I'm thinking it was 2018 when they redid the Brothers of Destruction versus DX again.
That was trash, bro. Fucking old ass niggas. Shawn Michaels with his bald head. Shit was garbage.
You ever saw a grudge match?
Which one is that?
With it's with Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro where they have to box each other.
No, I didn't.
It's just two old. It's just two old like uncles at a barbecue fighting and shit like that. It was not that entertaining at all.
Nah, fucking that shit was garbage as fuck. Fuck out of here. That shit was stupid.
Then you got I think Undertaker versus Goldberg in 2019 was ass as well.
Yeah, that shit was stupid. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Dean Ambrose is another one overrated, by the way, too. Dean Ambrose, I used to love Dean Ambrose with the Shield. After he left the Shield and became the lunatic fringe, he became a fucking faggot. Like, when he came out squirting Seth Rollins with the fucking ketchup and mustard, that was so stupid.
I don't know. I find that kind of funny. I think they dropped the ball with Dean Ambrose. That's what it is. John Moxley now. They really dropped the ball. They could have done something good with him. They just didn't. They neglected him to focus.
Bro, he was garbage, bro. He's not good. He's not even good at AEW.
Nah, that's bullshit because he's the bbest one there. But
was not saying much.
Whatever you say. But point is, they neglected him to focus on Roman and Seth. I think Ambrose was a hell of a talent, and they just fucked him. He's definitely great on the mic because he controlled the crowd pretty well too.
I think he was great on the mic with the Shield, but after like the Shield broke up and he became the lunatic fringe, I got Seth Rollins, Nickelodeon slime on you. They're so stupid.
When he won the title, I think it was a pretty cool moment when he won that Money in the Bank though. That storyline itself is one of my favorite storylines. It's probably not gonna be up there for a lot of people, but that's one of my favorite storylines personally. So it's definitely in my top 5. The Shield storyline in general when they broke up. And the Money in the Bank where it was Seth trying to get his title back and he fighting Roman, and then Dean Ambrose comes fucks their shit up and after winning Money in the Bank like 30 minutes before that. I think that shit was dope, and then they ended it at Payback.
It's fucking Dean Ambrose overrated. Loved him in the Shield, fucking overrated. But him and when the like TV exploded in his face, that was fucking garbage. I'm trying to think. What other was horrible matches?
Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit.
You talking about ECW?
One Night Stand.
I actually kind of like. Well, I mean, Eddie did. Nah, I won't say that was bad because Eddie was pissed off that he had to lose. So I'll give you that.
Let me see what else. I already said Brock. You know what? I know I said Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg from a few years ago, but I'll say Brock Lesnar, the fucking 2004 match too was ass. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, their match was never good.
Like I said, if you mute the TV and just pay attention to storylines, it's not that bad.
What about Triple H and Scott Steiner?
Oh my gosh, yeah, Royal Rumble where Scott Steiner was a bum and he's just doing belly to belly suplexes and almost broke Triple H's fucking neck, and then Triple H tried to get counted out, and Scott Steiner, being the fucking retarded idiot that he is, brings him back in the ring and continues it. But that match was they were like Scott Steiner was the face, and then he comes back, and then the fans were literally booing them within like the first 2 minutes, like Scott Steiner.
Boom! I think we already mentioned like 20 horrible fucking matches.
Fucking Scott Steiner's a bum too.
That's probably
he's hilarious, but he's a fucking idiot.
That's probably top 3 worst like all time, probably.
Yeah. So let's move on, man. Top 5 and worst storylines of all time.
All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna start mine off with that Shield storyline. The storyline of them breaking up, I think they did that shit perfect.
I think they did it perfect, but they fucked it up at the end.
In what sense? Where they try to bring them back together, or
No, they fucked it up. Like they made Seth Rollins a pussy. Like that's my problem with it. Like they made Seth Rollins a pussy. Kane, help me, Kane, help me. Like no, make him a fucking badass.
well, that's because he was a heel, a corporate heel. It kind of makes sense. And then they
The
had
Rock is a corporate
Randy.
heel. He's a badass.
Well, he's not The Rock. That's the thing. Seth Rollins not The Rock. But then
build him, I'm not saying he will be The Rock, but you gotta build him up like that, bro.
all the things they did with Seth Rollins, though, like yeah, okay, he's kind of a pussy, but like you think of all the things he did, like that him coming out and cashing his Money in Bank in WrestleMania, which is part of the Shield storyline, was fucking crazy. It was
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. But
and then you got
he was but that whole storyline was stupid. Like here's my problem with Seth Rollins, right? And let's talk about him since we're talking about this. Speaking about it, the storyline with him and Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Will you be my friend? Oh, my friend. So this is how Brandon, you probably remember this. It was either 2017 or 2018. It was a fatal 4-way match. Seth Rollins, it was Rollins, Reigns, Big Cass, that fucking retard, and Kevin Owens, right?
yeah. For the Universal, was that the one for the Universal?
Yeah, that stupid blood.
Okay, Roman wasn't in that one. I don't think. Oh no, yeah, Roman was in that one.
No, Roman was in that one. It was a fatal 4-way for that title. It was Roman, Seth, Big Cass, and Kevin Owens. Big Cass gets eliminated. Triple H comes out, pedigrees Roman Reigns, has Seth Rollins pin him and then fucking pedigrees Seth Rollins and has Kevin Owens a fucking
Yeah, I remember now.
He just disappears.
Because Seth Rollins was happy as fuck to see Triple H, and then he ended up turning on. I think that was a pretty cool turn, though.
No, okay, it was cool, but then he just disappears, and then Chris Jericho comes in talking about, "Do you want to be friends and shit?" That was a stupid ass storyline.
Yeah. Okay. Like, if that's that part, what they did was they kind of dropped the ball with Seth Rollins, but I think after recently with him dressing up like a fucking crazy and shit like that, and there's just his character now, I think they kind of revived him a little bit because after with the whole Becky Lynch shit, I think Seth Rollins was starting to go down the drain. So I think what they did with him now, they kind of revived him, even though it's a little tacky. But like I said, the Shield storyline after them breaking up and everything, I think a lot of it was fucking great, and to have my ending, the best ending for me, because I don't want to say when they came back together and then had a beef. No, the actual ending was at Payback when they had the triple threat, and I think that was dope. Whether you wanted Daniel or Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, whoever won, it didn't matter at the end of the day. I think the way everything played out with the Shield, I think that was perfect.
Another storyline I really liked. I just had it as an. I'm gonna be honest. I really like The Rock and Cena the first time
when they first fought, and the once in a lifetime.
I loved it. I love the storyline. Oh, and by the way, that one too, but also Undertaker versus Triple H WrestleMania 28 too, where like he's about to fire John Laurinaitis, and like the Undertaker just comes out. I thought that was dope. And he's like, Shawn was always better than you. And he just goes in the ring pissed off. Shawn's never better than me. Hell in a Cell. Like I thought that was fucking dope.
I'm gonna put for my other storyline. I gotta put Cena and CM Punk. I mean that storyline was the whole thing was good, So I think that's an easy one for me. And then I'm gonna get the two quick ones out the way, which is Stone Cold and The Rock. You got to get that one out the way as well, just because that storyline. So those two storylines right there, I had to get those out the way, along with the Shield, and then Evolution versus Shawn Michaels.
That was dope. That was fucking dope.
I like that one. That one was dope. When
another one I think is underrated, Batista versus Khali.
Batista versus Khali. Okay.
Yeah, because like Batista and Khali, like Batista was getting his ass whipped by Khali. I get Khali's not the greatest wrestler. I'm talking about Bujabi Khali, where he was an asshole and a prick. But that storyline was amazing.
Yeah. Damn. I don't hear that one often, so that kind of threw me out of left field.
Yeah, I love that one.
What about you know what?
Good too.
I got you. Randy Orton and Triple H in 2009. But
I think it's more funny than good. Like when Triple H broke into his fucking house, he's like, "Don't answer the door." Dude, it's fucking hilarious. Triple H is fucking going in there like he's like over there fucking like Michael Myers looking for order. I think that's more funny than fucking like good, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's better than fucking what we get now. But I mean, it was just I think it's funny more than.
All right, what about the entire Legend Killer storyline for Randy Orton? It started off with Roddy Piper, Vince McMahon, fucking Hulk Hogan.
Honestly, bro, I honestly like the story. I think this kind of goes into like the Triple H one, but when he slapped Vince McMahon and kicked him, I thought that was dope. So I guess that Triple H one was pretty good.
You know, I feel like I feel like I already know what you're gonna say, but I just want your opinions on Legacy.
Legacy. I mean, there are.
Because I'm thinking about Randy Orton storylines right now. So Legacy is one that popped in my head, but I feel like
mid. Not good, not bad, mid.
I'm expecting you to shit on Legacy. You know, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase and everything.
Well, they were under Randy Orton. Randy Orton was great, so I can't like they were good under him, but it's like mid. It's like, you know.
All right, what about Randy versus Christian?
That's the one more match shit.
2011. The
fucking
for the World Heavyweight Championship. You didn't like that one?
Fucking Christian's a bum.
You know what's crazy? I wanted to put Christian in my overrated list. I wanted to put him in my list, but I just didn't because I thought I was gonna get mad heat from that shit.
Christian's a bum.
Okay.
One more match. First of all, Christian can't even stay healthy for shit.
Christian
number one. Like without Edge, he ain't shit.
Like a lot of people
close
say, "Oh yeah, Christian,
trophy." Fuck out of here. Fucking garbage. Fuck Christian.
A lot of people say Christian, and I don't really fuck with Christian like that. To be honest, I don't. I think he's overrated. What about This is my last one. I think Randy Orton. And what about Randy Orton when he got revenge on against Evolution? When that whole thing happened and with Batista.
I think that was pretty good. That was good. I liked it. Oh my gosh, Batista versus Triple H, where he fucking Batista on Triple H for the table. I'm staying right here. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Also, by the way, this is a personal one. I love the Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo Guerrero storyline.
Eddie versus Chavo. Okay, Eddie versus Chavo wasn't bad too.
All right, what's the next topic, man? We kind of went off on a rank.
We went from ranking the 5 to end up putting a bunch of them.
All right, here's a good one. Best wrestling games and the worst wrestling games.
Okay. Let me start with the worst. Anything past 26, because you know what? Of course, people are gonna say any of the 2K games are trash, but anything. I love 2K14. Anything past 2016 was trash. As far as all of them were trash.
Agreed. And even 2016 was mid.
2016, I really liked it just because it was Stone Cold. But other than that, yeah, it was mid. But anything past 2016 was fucking trash as far as wrestling games. And if we're gonna talk best wrestling games, it's obviously gonna be SmackDown versus Raw. Which one do you think it would be?
All right, so fucking. Well, hold on. Oh, what's your thoughts on this one? WWE All Stars. I actually have that game and I like it. It's all right.
That's the one from 2011, right?
That's the one like they're like built. They look like action figures and they're like you have to fight them and shit.
Yeah. I never really played it. I've watched people play, but I never played it.
I liked it. It was all right. But let me think. I
feel like you like SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Of course, hands down. SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown versus. Of course. Shut Your Mouth. Love those. I actually gotta buy that. It's still like $35 on fucking eBay. That's how great that game is.
We gotta play that shit.
Fucking. I think. Okay, let me say my favorites. I want to give a special shout out to SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, first ever wrestling game. My mom got it to me. RIP to her. Love that game. Had it for the Wii. You know what I'm saying? I love that game. But my favorite would have to be it's either 07 or 08. The SmackDown vs. Raw.
Okay.
And then 2K14 I love too, by the way.
Which one's the one that fucking Rey Mysterio's the main character?
That's 22. That's the one last year.
No. That's the one he's on the cover. I'm talking about the SmackDown vs. Raw that you play as Rey Mysterio.
2011?
Is it 2011?
Yeah, where him and Jack Swagger, it's like him, Jack Swagger, and Evan Bourne when he gets hit by the car.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I like that game.
2011 is cool. I think that's like the last great. I mean, to go out. I mean, that was the last SmackDown versus Raw one, and they went out on the bang.
Yeah. What about you said WWE All Stars already. What about let's think about they got the what you call it, the 2K games. Which is the best one as far as the 2K games? WWE?
Oh, 2K14 hands down.
2K14. All right, it's 2K14. It's the one with the Rock, right? On it. Yeah.
Last THQ one ever.
What do you think about 2K15?
Old gen, great. New gen, garbage.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about the only thing that's cool, I guess, because I like CM Punk, I guess, but I don't really fuck with it too much. The 2K15, a lot of people really
2K15 for the Xbox One is garbage, but 2K15 for the 360, which I have, is fucking great.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna 2K14. What about 2K13? Would you put it up there as well?
Well, it's WWE 13, but it was good. I liked it.
Oh yeah,
whole Attitude Era shit. That's amazing.
As far as the worst, like I said, I'm still gonna go with any game from 2016 up because, like I said, every game has been horrible.
2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, especially 2022 was all right, but it's fucking bland as shit. Let's be for real, it's bland.
It's funny because I bought 2K19, 19, right? And wait, open the car. I don't know why the hell I bought it. My dumb ass spent $100 on the deluxe version for the game, and I played the shit maybe about 3 times.
Well, I don't know what. I think people overrated because WWE's had some shitty ass fucking game. Like 2K19 is not good.
Oh shit!
I don't see like the hype of 2K19. I don't see it. And I heard 2K23 was fucking garbage still with Cena. So
2K.
I'm not a big fan of the controls now. Like
the one that we last played? The last one we played was 2K22, right?
Yeah, with Ray.
It wasn't like it was alright to play it with you and shit like that, but it really wasn't that good. Because how many times have you played that game after that?
Not really.
I played it maybe once or twice. I have the game. I've only played it about 2 times, and the controls have been so fucked up. Like it's
the problem is they made it too realistic. Like you want to just turn off stamina and just fucking you want it to like be like arcade-ish kind of. Like now it's just like your stamina's roll like.
Exactly. I want to play a game. I don't want to sit there and like. I really wanted to play the game, but it's hard for me to enjoy the game when the whole time, I run around the ring one time and I can't fucking run no more. I'm dragging myself around.
Yeah. By the way, also TNA Impact. That's what I want to say. TNA Impact's wrestling game I fucking like, and I still have to this day.
Yeah. No. Overall.
You know what game I'm talking about? The TNA Impact game.
Nah. Actually. Oh wait. Is that the one that was supposed to come out?
Oh no! It came out in like 08, 09. It's like with Kurt Angle, Sting, and I think Samoa Joe on the cover.
Yeah, I don't think I played it. Or if I did, maybe I played it with my friend's house or something like that.
Let me look it up. That's the only TNA game that came out. But SmackDown versus Raw 2009 is mid too.
Yeah, I like 2009 as well. I don't know. SmackDown versus Raw. The one I always remember the most is 2011. Just because, I don't know. I think that's the last one I played, and that's the one, like you said, it's the last one that came out. Plus, like I said, I like Rey Mysterio. I don't give a fuck if you think he's overrated. Rey Mysterio is that dude. Rey Mysterio is that dude.
What's the game with Becky and Roman? That's 2K20. 2K19.
2K19.
No, that's 20. 19 was AJ.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right. So, no, okay, because they didn't make a 21. Which one is that? That's
Yo, bro, you don't remember this game, bro? I'm on the screen.
Okay, yeah, I never played it. I saw the cover, but I never played it.
It's fucking dope. I actually like it.
Yeah, I've seen the cover. I never played it. Actually, I didn't have a PS2 at the time.
Well, it's on 360 and PS3 too.
I had a 360. I think my uncle ended up giving me a PS2 at one point. But I played. Off topic of wrestling, real quick. Which fucking GTA? And this is gonna be hard. This is hard to ask because this is the only way I remember the game. It's I forgot what GTA it is that every time you hop in the car, it was for PS2. Every time you hop in the car, the first song you always hear is fucking Billie Jean. You know what I'm talking about?
You said what?
I forget which GTA it was for PS2 that every time you get in the car, it starts playing Billie Jean.
Is that Vice City?
I think it's Vice City.
Yeah, it's Vice City. Yeah. I love Vice City. Don't disrespect Vice City.
No. I fuck with that game heavy. I love that game. I remember playing on PS2 all the time. The reason I asked is because I had a question about it not so long ago, and I was like, I kept trying to remember which fucking GTA was that. And I used Billie Jean because like every GTA, there's one song you hear the most. Like GTA Liberty City, all you hear is fucking Flashing Lights by Kanye. But
is that oh my gosh, is that GTA 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one too, man. I think GTA is an overrated series, but I love Vice City though.
Yeah, no, but I always remember by the song which GTA it is. I always forget the numbers or the order of this game until I remember the songs. But yeah, no. As far as that, I never played the TNA game. I've seen the cover, but when I first saw the cover, it was like a few years ago. So I don't even remember when it came out.
It came out like around 09, 08, around there. Back when Cena was in his prime. But I like the game. It's pretty good. But I mean, yeah, man. I think 2000 SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. I think is up there as the worst. Like I mean, besides like the Road to WrestleMania are great. But the fucking character models were stupid. The fucking outs, like when you go outside the ring, it's like the cameras are retarded. I'm trying to think.
Putting it out there, Road to WrestleMania will always be 100 times better than Showcase mode.
Agreed.
I don't know why the hell they decided to take that out, and then they try to add back like a little Road to WrestleMania mode in like 2K22, and that was fucking hard. I don't know if you played it, but it was horrible.
Well, what's the story? What is it called?
WWE 2K22. They have their own like little showcase mode. Showcase. Like a Road to WrestleMania mode. I don't know what the mode is called, but I think it's like.
Yeah, I don't remember because I haven't played it since I think the last time me and you played it. So
it's a waste of time. It is so that game is just trash. 22 is trash. GM mode is horrible.
They went to 2K and they just been phoning it in. The THQ had the best WWE games.
I don't know if you play you play GM mode on 2K basketball, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't understand why it's so hard to make a good GM mode for fucking WWE. It is
because they don't care, bro. That's not their because here's the thing, Brandon. That's not their cash cow. If that was a cash cow, then hell yeah, they would. But at the same time, the cash cow is 2K is basketball.
Now
I think they should stay with THQ.
The only thing I like about the current WWE 2K games is the soundtracks. The soundtracks are actually pretty dope.
I like 2K20. I mean, even though it's like 6 songs, I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, that's the only problem. It's small as hell. But I think 2016 was my favorite soundtrack. As far as the WWE 2K game.
Yo, the Lakers are really gonna go down 0-3. Wow.
Oh yeah, they already got eliminated from playoffs. Don't worry about it.
Bro, they're really about to go down 0-3, bro. Wow.
Nah, they're already out the fucking playoffs. I mean, give Jokic his flowers.
Yeah, Jokic, yeah, man. Sure. Let me text my friend real quick because I know he's.
But yeah, the GM mode for 22 is horrible. The showcase mode is okay, I guess. On a nostalgia point with what's his fucking face, Eddie Guerrero, it's okay. And then you have what else? The game wasn't good at all, and I've really only played it twice. I don't know why I spent money on the fucking game. I'm never spending money on the WWE game again.
Yeah, if it's on, I got it because you told me to get it. It was like $22. I'm like, okay, why not? It's $22
to try it out, I guess. But even $22 is still a lot of fucking money for that game. That game is just not.
Oh, because you're a broke ass bitch. But anyways,
no, it's not good. I won't even spend $5 on it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but worst games. I'm trying to think of some bad games. Oh, Raw 1 for the original Xbox.
Never played it.
It's bad. Raw 2 is alright, but all the Xbox ones were garbage because they were trying to copy like PS2 because they had Here Comes the Pain and fucking SmackDown versus they had Shut Your Mouth and shit, but it was bad.
Yeah, I never played. I heard of the game, but I never played it.
And WWE Legends is not that good either. Like the controls are fucking horrible.
I think overall, I don't know if we're ever gonna see a good WWE game again. To be honest, like at least back then, you know, they were just trying it out and all the new software shit. Now it's just like they don't. There's no company that really gives a fuck about it enough.
Yeah, THQ's out of business, and 2K only cares about the basketball game. So
they make it just to make it. To be honest, honestly, I feel like 2K would probably save more money by just stop making the game. But
I think that's what I think. There's like so. I think they were like so happy when fucking when like the COVID happened and like fucking they just stopped making the game.
Yeah, they didn't have to make it, and
yeah, Mike, I watched the game too, bro.
They had 2 years and it still wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean it was mid, but you know it is what it is. But let's talk about it, Brandon. Last topic on the stream, man. Why is wrestling not as popular as it is as when we were kids?
All right. So, do you have an answer to that, or because I have an answer to that? But do you have an answer to that already, or you still gotta?
You go ahead, man.
Okay. Simple as like, if we're talking ratings, right?
Yeah.
What are we measuring? We're measuring ratings, or we're measuring like, you know,
popularity? Just like, you know, back to like when we were kids, when we wore a John Cena shirt, when we wore a Stone Cold shirt, when we like wore, you know, something like that was cool. Now it's like kind of corny to wear a shirt like that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is like a Roman Reigns or something.
Okay,
like,
so let me start off with what introduced me to wrestling. What introduced me to wrestling was my uncle. The same uncle that introduced me to Giants, he introduced me to wrestling. Mostly because he would have me watch a lot of Stone Cold stuff, and then he would give me DVDs of like WWE documentaries, which WWE made a lot of money off of. Which nowadays they don't make that because one, nobody uses DVDs, and two, because they have streaming sites. I'll talk about that when I talk about ratings. As far as popularity goes, the older generation that grew up with the golden years of wrestling, already at this point, they don't want to watch it anymore. One, because they're not naive to the fact that, you know, it's scripted. And I don't see them really, since they don't watch it, a lot of these people who have kids, they're not going to watch it either. So realistically, if you're not somebody who still watches it as you gotten older, and you know, because a lot of people say they grew out of it. If you're not someone who didn't grow out of it and everything like that, it's not going to keep being watched by, you know, the new generations and everything like that. Nobody watches TV anymore, so it's not like you're going to actually see it on TV either. That's why like ratings and shit, when I mentioned when I was going to talk about ratings are horrible for the simple reason nobody watches TV. That's why they don't do pay-per-view for wrestling no more. They do Peacock. Peacock, you pay $5, you watch it, and the wrestlers themselves, they hate it because they don't get paid for as much as they would before for like the CDs and the merch from shit like that. But overall, wrestling lost their star power. Mostly they lost their star power to Hollywood. Like dudes like The Rock. And just as Vince gets older and he starts losing all that star power and his creative ideas get worse and these people grow up and they don't show their kids, all that together just makes wrestling not as popular as it once was. And I don't know how, because I'm not a businessman nor am I fucking chairman of the WWE, but I don't know how you're able to really get out of that. One day I think WWE is going to actually fail. Because there's this thing. No, but like completely fail. It's not really doing bad right now. It's not doing bad right now. As far as like money wise, they're fine.
I mean, bro, they had to sell the network just to stay afloat, bro.
Well, yeah, but now that the product's getting a little better, because that's when the product was fucking horrible. But now that the product's getting a little better, you know, they're doing better. But wrestling's just gonna keep declining in popularity. Nobody wants to watch it anymore. But those years are done. It's like the 80s. The 80s aren't coming back again.
But can you tell me, I mean, The Walking Dead is on cable, and that was getting fucking great ratings, and so the Super Bowl and the NBA Finals get great ratings and shit. And that's still on TV.
But that's the Super Bowl and the NBA Finals. Those are championships for big sports. You know, that's a little different. And plus, you don't have to, have cable to watch the Super Bowl and the Finals.
I mean, Monday Night Football had good ratings, so I mean,
yeah, but like I said, the people who gotten older, they don't watch wrestling anymore because they view it as kid shit because it's scripted. Football, basketball, that shit, it's sports at the end of the day.
It's always been scripted. Like even like in the Attitude Era, it was still scripted, and grown men liked it.
Yeah, but it wasn't like what you call it. It wasn't like you said earlier. There were people out there that still thought it was real. Like as far as
people, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think wrestling's entertainment, right? I think wrestling's part of Hollywood, and I think Hollywood peaked. I think WWE peaked. It's time to, all good things must come to an end. I think it's flattening out. I think, they played out all the good characters. I think, the Roman Reigns character is great, but even the Roman Reigns character, when you compare it to the John Cena's, the Prime Cena's, Stone Cold Rocks, and Triple H's, it doesn't compare. It's let's be like Roman. Like, I'm not trying to diminish the Roman Reigns character. It's great, but maybe it's great because the fucking like it's so shitty. You know what I'm saying? It's less shitty. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
I get what you're saying. But you know what it is though. Another thing is that I think as much as I think WWE one day is gonna fail and cease to exist, they did good by merging with the UFC, because by doing that, we all know, like, you got dudes like in the UFC, like Conor McGregor, who is the biggest fucking name out of the UFC in the last decade because of his shit talking. And we know wrestling as shit talking. So that together really is going to help WWE. And with the streaming platforms and all, the way they're doing business right now is actually really good. And you never know, maybe as the UFC grows a little bit more, maybe because of that, the WWE will grow as well, because now you got UFC fighters who at the end of their careers and are no good to fight in the cage anymore. They go to WWE, collect the bag just to act. And then you got WWE wrestlers who can't hack it with Vince McMahon because, let's face it, he has favorites and they try something else. Like you got back then Ken Shamrock, UFC fighter, who also was a wrestler. Brock Lesnar, UFC fighter, wrestler. CM Punk doesn't count.
Batista, you want to be technical too.
Huh?
Batista did too.
But technically, yeah. I would count Batista more than CM Punk. But shit like that. I think Ronda Rousey. Even though I think the whole rowdy Ronda Rousey character is kind of corny.
Well, it's kind of lame.
Yeah. I guess it's all right, but it's not really for me.
When really rely on UFC guys, like, come on, because I'm gonna be for real, like UFC, besides maybe McGregor and maybe John Jones, like, there's not that many charismatic like UFC guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the UFC is growing a lot, and it keeps
on growing because of UFC, not because of like, come on, man.
What do you mean?
Like, I guess it's good that they merge with UFC for business wise, but it's not gonna last that long, bro. Like, Conor McGregor is gonna come in and do his thing, and after that, like, come on, like, it's not gonna. WWE's gonna go out of business. I do agree. WWE will go out of business soon.
I think they'll be okay for at least a decade, because Endeavor, the company, is it's the parent company for both now. So I think in that sense, they sell pay-per-views for the UFC, so that provides advertisement one, and on top of that, the UFC, like I said, it keeps growing. UFC is growing a lot. Yeah, sure. Maybe right now there's not as many charismatic people, but as time goes on, it's just gonna grow on more. And Dana White is a hell of a promoter. He's a hell of a promoter. I think Dana White.
UFC, he's great.
No, I think Dana White gets a lot of shit as far as sports promoters in general. So I think he gets a lot.
I think he's great with the UFC, but WWE is a whole different ballgame.
It's different, but at the same time, they're doing a lot of. Have you noticed WWE started doing press conferences and shit like that?
Yeah, but that's not cool when it's fake. That's my Brandon, this is my point. You're looking at I'm not trying to listen. I'm not knocking the wrestlers. You go in there, you do get nicked up and stuff like that, but it's not a real sport. It's not a real sport, bro.
Of course, but you got to find ways to go around it.
But Brendan, what makes WWE great is it's a TV show. That's what it is. It's a TV show. Dana's great at an actual sport. UFC's real. Those guys go in there and they fucking beating the shit out of each other. WWE, you already know who's gonna win. You got to entertain. Why the Lakers fans are really bleeding wild. But
listen, you gotta. But the thing is, look, the UFC, whether you want like the pay per view is a show. Granted, it's not like the fucking. Yo, hold on, give me a second.
All right. But that's my point. Is that what WWE is that people need to realize? Yes, WWE is like it's a TV show. It's nothing real.
Yeah, all right. WWE is a TV show, but when you have the press conference, because face it, the press conference, the weigh-ins, all the face-off, all that is also a show.
But bro, that's not what makes WWE good. I mean, they didn't have press conference. Like, bro, like the simple fact that they had to add all this other shit. Like WWE, like 10 years ago, they need press conferences. All they did was come out, cut their promos, and do that. Now everything, like now you have to do press conferences. Like AEW does the same thing, and it's still dog shit.
WWE is trying to make it have a real feel. Yeah, they're not real.
But you can't make it real if everybody knows it's fake. Besides the kids, and the kids don't give a fuck about it. Kids are more worried about trying to run away from drag shows and fucking playing video games now.
That's funny. Well, now they started adding dudes like the Logan Pauls of the world and the Bad Bunnies, and it attracts. It is attractive. And it's working currently. It is working currently. But that's the thing. Do you think? So let me ask. Do you think WWE can be saved?
No.
You don't think it can be saved?
No, I think it's over. I think it's peak. I mean, bro, Brandon, let's just think about it. Just think about it. You're saying it's adding all this stuff. It's adding all this stuff to make it better. Then, like, bro, it's adding press conferences. It's adding Logan Paul and Bad Bunny and Jake Paul and stuff. Like, you can tell, like, it's a dying breed, bro. Can you imagine, like, 10 years ago, Jake Paul comes out? Come on.
Well, they always did celebrity stuff. Maybe not to this point, though.
But, like, I mean, but cool celebrities, bro. Like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro. And this is the one time you can say nigger, man. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking who else did they have? Like cool people, not fucking Logan. Like, can you like prime Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking Jake Paul and Bad Bunny?
But that's the thing. So when you so you know what it is? The reason why it's not as
he's not a celebrity. Well, besides Bad Bunny's an international celebrity. Fucking Logan Paul's a YouTuber.
All right, the reason why it's not as popular is simple because the generation is different. So this generation, honestly, is a bunch of losers. So because of that, they're gonna like stuff like the Logan Pauls and shit like that. They're gonna like
things. It's not working. No one gives a fuck.
Everybody likes the Disney guys and shit like that.
That's bro. Logan Paul and Jake Paul got more publicity on fucking boxing than they did WWE. Like I promise you, Brandon, no one's ever said, no Bad Bunny, no one who listens to Bad Bunny says, oh yeah, I'm buying WrestleMania or I'm buying Peacock to watch Bad Bunny on WrestleMania. That did never happened.
Like I said, I don't know. I think it's just a generational thing. And since it's not being passed down because a lot of people are not watching anymore because it's not real, that's what it is.
It's never been real, bro.
It's never been real, of course, but I guess now it's shit changed. People just don't have
to sum it up. There's no good storylines. There's no good characters.
I don't think that's what it is, though. Because think about it. Even if you have good characters and good storylines, you can put the best people, whoever you want. I think it would still be failing.
Well, if you started right now with and stuff like that, but Triple H is not good at creativity. He's not good at creativity. I'm sorry, no.
I don't know. He did great with NXT, and he was doing good until Vince came back.
NXT is vastly overrated.
I think he did great with NXT.
2014 NXT was overrated. NXT has always been overrated. I'm sorry, NXT is not good. There's nothing appealing. Once again, NXT. We're getting NXT now. A bunch of flippy assholes not doing shit.
Yeah, but Triple H hasn't been in charge of NXT right now.
Well, I'm just talking about like NXT is like not good. I'm sorry, it's not. Neither.
I think NXT was good. I think when they try to make it more like a TV show with all the fucking the dance battles and shit like that was all corny. But like the seasons of NXT were actually pretty dope. The Tough Enough things were dope too. I think shit like that was good. The only problem is just I don't think even if you put anybody, bro, Stone Cold and The Rock could be fighting today, and the prime versions of them could be fighting today. I think it would still be dying.
I think
It's
it'll be
just,
great if you give them great storylines. I think it'll be great because those guys are larger than life. Fucking like all these other guys are not good. Like I'm sorry, they're not. Besides, like let's be for real. The reason why I can't really get into this Roman Reigns because who's gonna beat him? They flamed out with Drew McIntyre. He already whooped Brock Lesnar and John Cena's ass. Who else can like? Come on, man.
I think at this point, the only
Cody
way
wasn't a fag. Like, come on.
the only way they're gonna have Roman end this thing is honestly everybody just his family turns on him and he decides to leave. I think that's the best ending to the storyline for the simple reason that you're right. Who's gonna beat him? So at this point, they have to have it where the Usos and Solo and fucking even Paul Heyman all turn on him and he just decides to go to Hollywood or some shit. But even then, like I said, you can put anybody, and I just don't think right now. I don't think right now. I think it's just a generational thing. Like I said,
No, it is a generational thing because all these fucking wrestlers are faggots playing Zelda and shit. Fuck them.
it's less tolerance for it not being real, and that's all I got really because I have no other answers for that. There's really no other way.
We all knew it was fake back in the early 2010s because we did have the internet in the early 2010s, but it was still good. Like everybody knew the Shield matches were fake, but it was still fucking awesome to watch. Like everybody knew Daniel Bryan was gonna win at WrestleMania, but it was still fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah, I don't. At this point, like even then, at the time, it was still
to sum it all up. It peaked. It's that simple. It's just peaked. It's okay.
Well, yeah, realistically, it did peak, but even at the time, even with Daniel Bryan and everybody loved it, it was still declining in ratings. I mean, you look at right now, the AEW before they just flamed out, they did everything that the fans wanted. They put all the star power around them. They did everything that the fans wanted. They did, and what happened? It didn't work. It's trash. So realistically, there's nothing to do to save professional wrestling at all. Unless you're in Mexico and you're watching luchadors, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to save wrestling.
All that Mexican bean shit. I fucking give a fuck about. No one wants to watch a bunch of ugly ass fucking. No one wants to watch a bunch of Sin Caras wrestle. Fuck that shit.
That's funny, but
underground. Fuck out of here.
I think right now it's like boxing. Boxing is dying. Boxing is dying. I mean,
I don't think boxing's dying.
It's not. Well, all right. What used to be boxing is dying because right now boxing is being revived by a bunch of weirdo celebrities and fucking TikTok people and shit like that.
I think, well, boxing is kind of hard to like. Boxing is kind of hard because it's actually like real. Like you know, this is the like people who like Canelo and Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. They're like still. If you see them walking down the street, you know who they are. If you
besides those three that are still, we're talking just
Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Sean Porter.
So you're telling people are gonna run up to them? Oh my God, Derry Haney. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, maybe not Haney. Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia.
Perfect example. He's an Instagram boxer.
But he's still a boxer though. Like he's Tank Davis.
He's more popular because of fucking social media. Canelo,
because he's a pretty boy, but he's still a boxer.
Canelo, it's a little different with Canelo because Canelo has a whole fucking country behind him. He has all of Mexico behind him. So that's
Tank
Davis, I'll give you that. I'll give you Davis, even though Davis is part of he's part of Floyd Mayweather's team, is he?
He used to.
All right, well, he used to be, so that kind of put him in. But regardless, I'll give you Davis. Canelo, that he has a whole country behind him. Tyson Fury,
Terrence Crawford.
I don't know. Are people going to run up to them in the street?
I think Errol, yes. Errol, yes. Probably not Terrence, because Terrence.
But the fact that we are barely finding fucking boxers that you run up to in the street, because I'm sorry, you fucking.
I mean, you can say the same thing about UFC. Besides Conor and John Jones, like who? Like, come on, bro.
But you can't say that. You can say that about UFC and boxing. You can't say that about wrestling. You can see Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, all these people, even the people that you don't like. You see them. They're in the street. They're gonna get people up to them.
No one's gonna know who Finn Balor is. Stop.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
No, it's not. No, Seth Rollins, maybe Seth Rollins, but fucking Finn Balor, AJ. No, they're gonna be like, first of all,
Finn Balor and AJ
first of
Styles.
all, you wouldn't even be able to see Finn Balor because he's 5'2". That's number one. Number two, like, no one's gonna fucking see him. Stop.
Finn Balor and AJ Styles are huge names.
No, they're not. No one gives a fuck about. I could go on the street right now, but you know who AJ Styles and Finn Balor are, but who the fuck is that?
You're telling me you're gonna see somebody like a boxer like Haney before you see Finn Balor?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah. Who cares about Finn Balor? Now, if you want to say internationally, yeah, but I'm just talking about America. WWE, no one gives a fuck about Finn Balor. Stop.
Right now, boxing, regardless, boxing, wrestling, those two right now are both dying for the same reason as far as what they used to be. And now they're both using these social media celebrities to bring them back up. And
we're talking about real boxing, though. Like, here's the problem, though. Real boxing is not dying. If you want to say it doesn't have star power like Mayweather...
But that's how you decide. That's how you.
But you can say the same thing about UFC. Like UFC, besides Conor, like I can go up and say, "Hey, do you know who? What's his name? Tom Holland. What's his name? Is that his name?
Who?
Oh my gosh! See, I can't even think of the fucker's name. Like I can like go up like, "Hey, do you know who these guys are?" They're gonna be like, "No." Like if I go up, "Hey, do you know who Khabib is?" They're gonna be like, "No."
Sorry, hold on. At the end of the day, UFC is still a young sport. It's growing, so that's a little different. But even then, Connor, John Jones, because people know John Jones is too. But those two, they're still active. Technically, they're still active.
Well, John Jones is active. I'll give you that. Even though he's probably gonna get busted for PEDs again. And Connor hasn't fought. Connor hasn't fought in like 5 years. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Connor just fought a year and a half ago. The only thing he didn't fight for. He hasn't fought since then because he broke his leg. And
okay,
the only
I'll give you.
The only reason he hasn't.
I'm giving you Connor and John Jones, but besides that, no one else. Like Danny Cormier, no one knows who that is.
Well, like I said, UFC is growing, so I can't say that a lot of people are gonna know. I mean, I guess if you go to these respective countries, like if you go to, I'm trying to think of a fighter that you go to their country, they're gonna be known. So if you go to somebody's country, of course they're gonna be known.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, but at the same time,
I mean, you got names other than the fighters. You got names.
Kevin Holland, that's his name. Kevin Holland. If I go on the street and say, "Hey, do you know who Kevin Holland is?" They're gonna be like, "No."
You still got people besides the fighters that people know, like a Joe Rogan and the fucking people know.
Those are not fighters though. Like, come on.
They're still part of the brand.
Okay, that's cool. Joe Rogan was more known for being a fucking conspiracy weirdo. Like,
and regardless, like you can use that because like Paul Heyman's part of the brand. He's not a wrestler, but he's part of the brand.
Okay, then but that's not. But you're making my point. Is that listen, look. But here's the thing about those sports: you don't need to have like stars. Like if you have a fan base that likes the sport, they're gonna watch it no matter what. But with wrestling, you need the superstars.
Well, wrestling you still have that fan base. Problem is, one, a lot of the good wrestlers are gonna leave to Hollywood because they get paid more. Simple. And on top of that, like I said with boxing, I think real boxing is dying. I think real boxing is dying, and the only boxing that matters right now is these fucking social media weirdos.
Well, bro, if you're a boxing fan, then it's not dying at all. Honestly, I wish I was watching the Heaney fight.
You can say that for a wrestling fan too.
As a wrestling, I am a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan with an A, Brandon. And when I watch these fags, I want to fucking shit out diarrhea. Rhea Ripley's a bum. Stop hyping this emo fuck bitch up. Rhea Ripley sucks dick.
I mean, shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, of course you're gonna fucking. She's a dude.
Have you seen her without the?
Yeah, she's still ugly, bro. She looks like fucking. She looks like some Mortal Kombat character, bitch. Like she's ugly, bro.
I don't know, bro. You like fucking.
Bianca Belair is way better than her. Shut up, bitch.
Bianca Belair's alright. I don't really kind of. I feel. I don't know. Something with her and using her hair as a weapon kind of doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, without the hair, she looks good, bro.
Her using her hair as a weapon kind of fucks with me.
But all these fucking divas suck. They suck. Just get over it. Like, bro, it's like wrestling peaked. It's done. It's over. Fucking take a shit on it. And let's bury it, bro. And I'm not talking about the site where you fucked your girlfriend at. Let's just bury it somewhere, all right?
Jesus. I don't know. I feel like combat sports in general are just starting to die.
But Brandon, here's the problem though. WWE is not a combat sport. It's not a sport.
Yeah, but it's still in the same brand. It's the same.
No,
it's still It's still synonymous with the brand. You, especially since they have the same company as UFC, it's still part of the brand. At the
Okay,
end of the
yeah,
day,
that's fine.
it's part of the
Yeah,
brand.
okay, but it's still not just because it's still fake. Okay, Brandon, you know why they
I'm
changed the
not
name to
disagreeing with you.
WWF?
I know why, because now it's World Wrestling Entertainment. I know it's sports entertainment.
Yes, yeah, it's sports entertainment, which means
Yeah,
it's not real. Like sports. Like there's a reason why they call basketball sports and sports entertainment. Like, come
and
on.
I agree with you, but the thing is, it's still synonymous. Regardless, it's synonymous with combat sports. Regardless, that's where the sports comes from. It's not just entertainment; it's sports entertainment. It's
What
still
makes
synonymous.
combat sports? What makes combat sports? Combat sports.
Fighting.
Fighting, right? So what do you train in WWE? Because in boxing, you clearly work on your striking. In UFC, you work on everything. In jiu-jitsu, you work on your grappling. And actual like wrestling, like where you have like the helmet shit and stuff like that, you're actually working. What do they train in WWE?
They still have to train. They still have to train grappling, which grappling is already combat. You still have to train grappling because that's
I
one of
mean,
the.
you're not allowed to. I mean, if you want, okay, yeah, fine. You have to train to pick somebody up and slam them. But if you do a German suplex in UFC, that's not. You can't count for that. Like they can't. Like fucking Connor can't do a F5 to somebody in the ring.
I mean, they try.
You can't go under the fucking ring in UFC and hit somebody with a chair.
Again, you still have to. If you're talking about what they train for, they still have to train certain things. They have to train. What you call it? They have to train grappling. That's one, because they have to actually grapple. They have to train submissions like that too. So maybe some even do jiu-jitsu, because jiu-jitsu is all about grappling on the ground and submissions. So you still have to train that, and it's all about endurance as well. People, they. If you ever saw the what you call it, what's the show they used to do? Was it Tough Enough? Was it Tough Enough? Something like that, right?
Yeah,
That they
tough
had to
enough.
do that. Okay, Tough Enough. You saw what they had to do. They still had to pass fitness tests and everything like that. That's why the sports is there in sports entertainment. So it's
Yeah,
still
it's a fake sport. Yeah, it's a fake
it,
sport. I
it
get it.
is. It is, but it's synonymous with real sports. It is synonymous with real sports.
It's not like, bro, like Brandon. If I have real Gucci and you have fake Gucci, okay, yeah, we both have Gucci on, but mine's real, yours is not. Like so,
It's
is it?
still, but
No,
that would still be
Brandon, me and you
synonymous.
were walking down the street and we both had Gucci on, bro. And they see yours is fake and mine is real. They're gonna be like, "Oh wow, RJ, you have like." They ain't gonna consider. They gonna call you a fucking bum, which you are a bum, but still.
That's if you break it. Jesus, that's if you break it down. If you're looking at the casual fan, it's not gonna work that way. It's
But
still
but I promise you, the casual fans don't watch wrestling for the sports, and they watch it because of the storylines and the characters. Like, come
that's
on.
fine. That's fine. At the end of the day, like I said, they're still losing.
You
That
know
like
what, Brandon? You're the problem. You're the reason why WWE is dying.
how?
You know, because during the Hulk Hogan, even back in the Bruno Sammartino era, Hulk Hogan era, Stone Cold era, the Ruthless Aggression era, and even early PG era, people didn't give a fuck about the sports entertainment. They weren't doing all this other shit. They were worried about this. They were worried about the TV show. Now you got people like you, like, oh, his psychology and his kicks are not really crisp, right? You're the reason. You're the problem, Brandon. I blame you.
I didn't even say shit like that.
But that's
All I'm telling you,
I'm Brandon. I'm
the
reading
whole
you like
time,
a book.
the whole
I'm
time
reading
I've
you
been
like a book, Brandon.
the whole time I've been agreeing with you as far as star power and these storylines. But at the end of the day, you can still add all that. It's still going to die. Boxing, you can add all that. Boxing is still dying.
No,
Again, the only thing
you
saving.
put a even if we go down, you're right. You put a prime Floyd Mayweather in boxing, bro, it's right back up. You put Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson in their prime, it's still
But
back
you
up.
just said, yeah, okay, and using that same logic, like you said earlier, you put a prime Stone Cold and Rock match, and it's still. You just said that it'll work.
Yeah, I said that. I
Okay,
said that
that's
earlier.
the thing. Those things aren't happening, so they're not saving anything.
No, but I'm going by your logic. I don't think boxing is. I'm talking about pure boxing. I don't think it's dying. I think it's great. I love boxing. I would kill to watch it.
The sport of boxing, because you don't have the sport of professional wrestling, but the sport of boxing itself, sure. I'm sure there's people doing boxing class right now. That's that. I'm talking about boxing as far as a pay-per-view brand online.
Have you seen?
WBC, WBA. I'm talking about that shit.
The FS1 shit is still Al Heyman's business is fucking as big as any business.
Yeah, because they know how to do. Obviously, they know how to do business. They have certain contracts that, like WWE, they have a they have a contract now merging them with UFC. They have the contract of Peacock. Yeah, it's
No,
business.
the BS, the BC, the PBC. The PBC is one of the biggest brands out there.
Okay.
Like so boxing, like the actual boxing is not dying. Now they have the Tyson Furies, the Deontay Wilder's, they have the Errol Spencers and the Shawn Porters, even though he retired. Keith Thurman's coming back. Now, Grant, I'm just gonna throw this name out there. Manny Pacquiao said he wants to fight.
I heard.
He's still under contract, but if you want to throw him in there, that's fine. They're trying to get Crawford over there. There's so many fighters over there. It's like fucking with like Caleb Plant.
Boxing has more of a chance to survive than wrestling. I can agree with you there, because boxing, you can end up finding that talent to really, but because wrestling is kind of hard, you have to manufacture that talent. Boxing, you can find a talent that knows how to talk shit and whoop ass, and that'll bring up your sport again. The point is, it's just that it just hasn't happened, and just like with WWE, it just hasn't happened. They're losing.
But you're trying to make a correlation. I don't see a correlation between the two. I just don't.
Like I said, I just think those two, more wrestling, but still those two eventually have to fail.
I don't think boxing is ever going to fail. Boxing is way too big to fail, honestly, to be honest with you.
Maybe, but there definitely is going to be a time where...
Brandon, let's be for real, Brandon. There's fucking like Mexico and all these other... They love boxing. Boxing's never going to die. Like, come on.
Using that same logic, wrestling won't die in Mexico either, because wrestling has always had a big tradition in Mexico.
Yeah, but let's be for real. Like wrestling, but Mexico. I don't think Mexico. Maybe like fucking. Were they always like? What's that fucking show? Maybe Saudi Arabia or something like that. But nah.
Wrestling has always, like, in history, has always been actual wrestling, and then later on professional wrestling has always been something that a country does.
Well, here's the thing: you can't make a correlation, because there's different boxing companies that are like, you have Top Rank, you have BBC, you have stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to do that. But WWE is it's a one company. I don't think. I agree with you. It's gonna die, but I just think it peaked. It peaked. It's that simple.
Yeah, they peaked, and at this point,
like, Brandon, you and fucking Lewis are about to get like 10 million people watching you guys fucking box in my local park. Like, what are you talking
about? MMA. Get it right. We're talking about kicks and everything.
Like, maybe you and Lewis should go to WWE. That'll probably save him.
I don't know. Listen, RJ, me and you, we go right now. We go fight in WrestleMania. We probably save the brand. I'll whoop your ass. Don't worry about it.
Stop it, bro. That shit gonna be like fucking Brock Lesnar and John Cena in 2016, and I'm Brock Lesnar, nigga. 20 German suplexes on your ass.
You want to tell the people how you been ducking me with this fight?
All right, so Brandon, so here's my thing, right? So Brandon, make this make sense. Brandon's calling me out to a fight, even though I have no desire to fight. I don't want to train and stuff like that. But he's ducking Lewis, who actually wants to fight him. Like, make that make sense.
No. I'm not ducking Lewis. Me and Lewis have an agreement after I come out of deployment, because obviously that's when it's gonna work. I'm telling you, after I fight Lewis and all that, I'm calling you out in 2 years, 8-round boxing exhibition.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I have no desire to fight. I'm not a fighter. I don't want to train. I have no desire to do that.
All right, then. So you're fucking.
So why are you calling someone out who does? That's like fucking Brandon. You know what it is? It's like you're like that big fat school kid who gets bullied, and then you see like the disabled kid in the wheelchair. You want to bully him. The only difference is.
Huh? So listen, bro. If you don't worry about it, I know you have no desire, because truth be told, you're not gonna win. So it is what it is.
Stop it, bro. If I really want to box again, I will box. I just have no desire to train. I'm not a boxer.
All right, RJ.
Whatever. But you know what's crazy, Brandon? What about this 1v1 in basketball? Because you actually want to verse me in basketball. I will do that.
Basketball, I'm 100% down when I come out of deployment.
Deployment after deployment, bro. First of all, you got to make it first,
I'll definitely. It won't be like you on the basketball team in high school. All right, I definitely will make it.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. First of all, I play football. Brandon, I'm cooking you, bro. Stop it.
Whatever you say, you play. All right, you play.
Honestly, bro, you want to be honest with you, bro. I don't even know if you're good to make the Navy. Oh, you're going to the Navy. Everybody makes the Navy.
Listen, you were backup towel boy.
And by the way, you're Puerto Rican. You're Puerto Rican, so you're good at swimming. So you definitely be good in the Navy.
That's Cubans, fucker.
Same thing. All Spanish people.
YTC said what happened to LeChoke. LeBron's old. What you want him to say?
What happened to LeChoke? Hey, man, LeBron going outside. He's going out like Brandon in bed, going outside. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. LeBron's old. It's just that simple. But back to what we were saying.
Old and 80's a bitch. Let's be for real.
To put a bow on the wrestling thing, you know, it's probably, I give it, how long do you think wrestling takes until they're done? I'll say they last at least another decade.
Yeah, I'll say around like the 2030s or probably like 2033, 4-ish. She'll probably, probably old. Or maybe even late 2020s, maybe. I don't know.
But if they have a chance, it's gonna be through the UFC. If they have a chance, it's gonna be through the UFC. And honestly, truth be told, one day they might actually have to make it real somehow. I don't know if they can.
At that point, it won't be WWE anymore.
They
might as well just like buy it out and then fucking have all the wrestlers go in there. I don't know. Maybe that's not good for the UFC brand. Like, can you imagine like fucking Conor McGregor grabbing a chair and trying to hit fucking something?
Yeah, but they have contracts that say, hey, you can't do this, but you can do this. I mean, they're owned. These people are owned. I think once Roman Reigns decides to leave, because Roman Reigns is leaving to Hollywood any year now. Once he decides to leave, I think WWE has a lot of questions to answer, and they're going to be in a bad position if they don't start cranking out some talent as far as people on the mic. Because
I think you need to be born to be good on the mic.
Paul Heyman's not going to be there forever, because Paul Heyman is, as far as the whole company on the mic, is my GOAT.
Best person on the mic, in my opinion, probably Rock. Keep it simple.
Out of everybody, I'm just taking Paul Heyman as my GOAT on the mic. Like
I'll say my GOAT will probably be Rock. Underrated Triple H. Overrated CM Punk.
Yo, I don't understand your beef with CM Punk, bro.
He's a fucking bum.
Bro, CM Punk, you gotta put some respect on that.
For what? What did he do?
Like I said, he had some great moments in WWE.
Yeah, he has some great. Yeah, he has some. You know what he is, bro? He's the Tracy McGrady of the WWE. Like, Tracy McGrady was cool. He had his moments here and there, but I mean, when it came time to shine, he just couldn't shine. You know what I'm saying? That's simple, bro. It's kind of like you, Brandon. Like, you have your moments here and there, bro. You're not up to par with the big boys. You know what I'm saying, Brandon? That's why you're on mute, bro. Like you see how unprofessional this is, bro? Can you imagine if I was on mute? No, I have to keep my voice going on and on and on.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be respectful and not have the background noise fuck up your little soliloquy.
Well, Brandon, here's my thing, though. Why don't you find yourself a good room to talk in? You know, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you're Tracy McGrady, Brandon, which is not a bad thing, but just don't try to be like Michael Jordan like me. You know what I'm saying?
RJ, you're the furthest thing from Michael Jordan. You're fucking. You know what you are,
bro. I'm Michael Jordan, LeBron James. I'm everything combined.
You're not Mike. You're not Mike. You're not.
Be like Mike, more like be like RJ. You know
listen, RJ, you're not Mike. You're not Scotty. You're not Dennis Rodman. You're more like fucking Steve Kerr.
Bro, stop it, bro. But Brandon, here's the thing, though. If that means if I'm Steve Kerr, you're not even on the team, bro. You're in the team.
You Steve Kerr. You Steve Kerr, and I don't gotta be Mike or anybody. I'll be Zeke.
This is my point. Who the fuck is that?
I'll be Isaiah Thomas.
Like, bro, you know what this is? Like, nah, Brandon. You want to know what this is?
I'll be Isaiah Thomas. It's all good.
Yeah, man. Maybe the Boston Isaiah Thomas, not Pistons Isaiah Thomas.
Yo, don't disrespect Boston Isaiah Thomas either. That's a great story.
That nigga is a bum.
Wow.
It's fucking. I hated that fucking. I mean, since this is a stream.
They gave up on me.
We'll go into the 3 hour. We'll go into the 3 hour moment. Fucking that whole Boston shit with Isaiah Thomas. Oh, my sister died, and everybody was, oh, he's the 5'9". It was so dumb.
Listen, do not disrespect Isaiah Thomas from Boston. He was a baller, and he got.
You know what this is, Brandon. I'm like LeBron James with the Heat. You're like Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Remember Birdman, that white guy who used to just fucking do alley-oop? That's what you are, bro.
All right, whatever you say. I'm Stone Cold, and you're like Jake Roberts or something like that.
Stop. Not even close. Don't even. Just because you got a bald head doesn't make you Stone Cold. You're more
I'm
like
Stone Cold.
you're
You're
more,
Jake.
you know
You're
what?
Jake the Snake.
No,
You're
Brandon.
Jake the Snake.
Brandon. You do bring up a good point. You have the bald head. You're more like Gilbert. Gilbert, and I'm Goldberg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna call you Hornswoggle, but I don't want to really get into that. So then you gonna say some shit.
What was I gonna say about Hornswoggle?
Never mind. Yeah, no. TLP. Yeah, that fucking CM Punk take is trash.
Bro, listen. My thing with CM Punk is that he had his moments, but like when you look at the substance, he just wasn't good.
YTC, hold on. You said Edge mic skills went up when he was his mic skills went up, I guess, when he turned heel, but his mic skills were always fucking trash, to be honest. Edge never had
RJ,
them.
is Batista the greatest world champion holder? No, not even no. And I love Batista. No. Triple H. I'll say Triple H. When I think of that big gold belt, I think of Triple H, bro. I'm sorry.
What do you think about them bringing back the World Heavyweight Championship? They have a tournament for.
They should have brought. Did they bring? They didn't bring back the original title, right?
It looks like the original. Let me send you a picture.
Nah, fuck all that. Just bring back the gold title, bro. Just bring it back. Why not? Just bring it back. Like, what's the point? Like, why are you like? Come on, stop all the stupid W in the middle. It's so dumb.
It looks kind of like the old one. People like YTC don't like it, but then again, YTC is weird, so it's okay. My son can't appreciate the fucking finer things in life.
But what happened? What happened?
I was just talking about my son YTC. He don't like the new belt. I'm gonna show it to you right now. I like it. It kind of looks like the old one but it looks.
I just don't remember.
I'm sending it to you right now on Instagram. They're doing the championship. They're basically what they're doing. They're doing it. They're doing a tournament, and it ended already. Oh, the tournament ends with AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins at Night of Champions for the championship.
This shit's ugly.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's ugly, bro.
It looks just like the old one, except it has
all
a
right,
WWE logo.
Chat. That shit is ugly as fuck, my nigga.
It looks just like the old one but except it has a logo.
Chat, I want everybody to all right, hold on. So let me ask y'all something. Which championship looks better? Hold on. Let me find a good picture of the old. All right. So let me share my screen real quick. So which championship looks better between these two? Exhibit A, the original world champion, or this piece of shit right here. Like, look at this shit, Brent. It's not good. Like, look at this is a man's. This is me, Brandon, and this is you. But this is sums it up.
They literally have the same design.
This is the guy that you'll trust dating your daughter, and this is the guy that you'll shoot if he comes near your daughter, bro. Like,
it's the same design except with the logo. It's the same design.
Look, even on the sides you have this. On the side you have that. You have the fucking red in the fucking world. Like, this shit is ugly as fuck.
Oh wow, you got 2 or 3 little red pebbles. Wow, nice.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, hold on. On the same topic, since you didn't put it as one of the topics, we gotta talk. What was the best championship belt in WWE? And what was the worst?
Are we talking about? We're talking about all of them combined, so that includes Intercontinentals and U.S. titles.
Yeah, whatever one.
The
best and worst.
The worst one has to be that red shit. That red shit was horrible.
The Universal.
Yeah, she was ugly.
With the black stripe. Yeah, that's what it is. I try to give it a chance. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't want to say the world title belt because we've just been talking about it, so I'm gonna try to think of another one. I'll say the original WC. I'll say the original WWE, the Attitude Era WWE belt was pretty dope.
I don't know if you've seen the current Intercontinental Championship. Have you seen it?
I'll look it up right now. Actually,
I like it.
I do like the black Intercontinental Champion too.
The current Intercontinental Championship I actually like.
And I also like the spinny John Cena title too.
I think that was kind of mid.
Brandon, there's no fucking way, bro. This is the new Intercontinental Championship. No fucking way. Let me share my screen real quick.
Wait. I'm sorry. That's not the one I meant to. Fuck, my dumbass. I did not mean the Intercontinental. I meant the new USA Championship. My fault.
Okay. I'm about to say, because this Intercontinental shit is ugly.
I'm at the new USA Championship, the W. I kind of like it. I fuck with it. It's not as bad as the
Hardcore
one.
title. The hardcore title is underrated.
This current USA Championship is not as bad as the fucking one that Rusev had, or not the one that like the one John Cena had. The one, you know what I'm talking about?
The
Where
spinning one. The spinning
yeah,
one. Spin. Yeah, I kind of like the WWE spinning one better than me.
the
So
USA spinning one was ass, and
this one,
the Rusev one was ass. Well, hold on.
this one on my screen,
Yeah,
not bad. Don't hate it. Not bad.
it's better than the one Rusev had. That's just legit, just a flag.
I mean, I like that one, but oh yeah, another horrible one was the fucking that stupid Divas one with the butterfly. That shit was bad.
That shit was fucking horrible.
AJ. Oh, another overrated wrestler, AJ Lee. She's fucking garbage.
Hold on, chill out. I agree with you, but she's from my hometown. She's from Union City, so I gotta.
That makes her in Jersey, right? It's fuck her.
I gotta chill out. She's from.
It's lighting up. It's lighting up in here. Fuck out of here.
What do you think about Paige?
Paige was garbage too.
Paige was my favorite.
Nikki Bella and the Bella twins are underrated. I'm not trying to hear it.
They weren't fucking overrated.
What?
The Bella twins are fucking like listen. The simple like listen. They were fucking sexy as hell to look at. Well, Nikki Bella was.
Yeah, word. I agree.
And, oh, by the way, Eve Torres too. I love Eve Torres.
Eve's alright.
Who's that?
What's her fucking? Who's that fucking Amazon? Right? What's her name? Oh my god. Edge's new training wife. Why am I forgetting her name? Phoenix, Beth Phoenix. She was fucking horrible.
Isn't she still in WWE though? She got better.
No.
I know. I remember. Didn't Randy Orton RKO her?
How do you like? That's funny. It's funny. My favorite. I always loved when fucking Stephanie McMahon got hurt one way or another. Stephanie McMahon is underrated as hell.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, I'll give you that. Kelly Kelly's overrated too.
Stephanie McMahon's underrated as hell. And she could take a bump. She went through a table after her husband ran into her.
Facts. By the way, Candice Michelle's underrated too. I love Candice Michelle.
What about Michelle McCool?
Decent, not bad.
I'm trying to think who else. What you think about Lita?
She was good in the ring. I mean, I like her. Good in the ring. She was a slut, sexy. No, good. She was all right.
Lita was my favorite and then Paige became my favorite.
Paige is so fucking. She's too white.
She is white as fuck, though. She is, but I don't know.
And the simple fact that she went out with Alberto Del Rio and all that Mexi cum all over her ass, now I'm good.
And then she got leaked. And after she got leaked, she got annoying. So I don't really like her anymore.
Wait, ain't she in AEW too?
Yeah, she's going by her actual name, Saraya.
Wait, is she wrestling? Because I heard she had didn't she have a career-ending injury or some shit like that?
Yeah, but these career-ending injuries don't do shit. Fucking Paige, Edge, fucking Daniel Bryan. They all had the same shit.
Well, what about Natalya?
And Natalya was fucking. Natalya's got to be the weirdest fucking female wrestler. They had. Remember the storyline they had her? Her storyline was just her
farting. That was hilarious. I don't know. I just found that she's not good. She's fucking horrible. But I just found that hilarious. Like she'll be like talking to somebody, and they say, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Ooh, what about what Awesome Kid said? He said, "I got another overrated, Zack Ryder." I don't know.
He's not on TV. How can you put him overrated?
The crowd loves Zack Ryder.
Yeah, I think he's overrated. He's not. He's mid in the ring. All he does is say "woo woo woo." Like this.
Woo woo woo. You know it. He was like I guess.
Like that whole storyline with him and Cena, and he was in the wheelchair, and he's fucking dumb.
That was kind of funny.
Oh, radio, tell me everything.
Dang, dude, that was my shit.
Fucking gay.
Baron, no, we already talked about that, Michael. He said Baron Corbin's overrated.
Yeah, Baron Corbin sucks. His fucking stomach is ugly to look at. Fucking hate Baron Corbin, bro. Dolph Ziggler's vastly overrated. Oh my gosh, Dolph Ziggler is so overrated. He squealed. I never knew someone could be so great when they squeal like a pig. And then they go to the right. It was 3. It was not 2. It was 3. Let me shake my ass. The fuck out of here.
He was kind of funny though. He's a kind of like his act in real life. He's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's like no, but if he was like a comedy gimmick, he'll be great. Like if he was like a Fandango, he'll be great. But people want him in the main event. He sucks ass.
He was trying to leave WWE to pursue stand-up comedy, but Vince paid him $15 million. Said, "Nah, I need you."
Fucking his stupid. I'm here to show the world. To show the world what is your big faggot? Yeah, we all see that, bro.
Awesome kid. I already mentioned her. Is Michelle McCool. What you call it? Fucking yeah. Nah, he paid him 15. You know who? Oh fuck! I was just thinking about somebody, and not Dolph Ziggler. Damn, is that gunshots? What the fuck? Oh shit! I'm about to get shot, RJ.
Yo, don't get me demonetized, nigga.
I'm about to get shot, RJ. I'm trying to think. Fucking, it wasn't
ready for war, man. You got it.
Somebody was there. You know what's funny? One thing that I want to do before I go to the military, I want to get pepper sprayed and I want to get tased.
For what?
Just to feel it.
Well, you know what? How about you come over to Albany? I'll do that for you. I'll even stab you if you want, bro.
Depends where, because you stab me in the shoulder. That's
thoughts on Captain Charisma, a fucking bum.
What about Sergeant Slaughter?
For that time period, he was cool. I think that when he turned like vehement, like he turned Russian, I thought that was great.
Oh, you know,
go ahead, bro. Oh, 2 underrated wrestlers. Number 1, Ryback and Rusev. When he was the Russian guy.
Rusev, yes. Ryback was underrated, but the thing is, you know, Ryback right now, Ryback is just a bodybuilder right now. But Ryback, I fucked. What do you think when he was in when he got involved with CM Punk?
That was so dumb.
No,
like, that's what like I loved them when he was the Phoebe Moore. Fucking, I love that part. I love when he beat the shit out of John Cena. I wanted him to take the belt off of Cena so bad. But then when he went with Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman kissed him on the cheek, like that was so dumb.
Yeah,
he put on the black trunks to look like Goldberg. So fucking stupid.
The Phoebe Moore Ryback was fire. What do you think the best tag team in WWE was?
That's a good one. So you're just including 2, just 2 guys, not a faction.
Nah, because faction, you could say, yeah, just 2 guys. I mean, you can count dudes like if you want to say, even though you're not going to say them, but let's just say you got somebody like the New Day that has 3. You can count them because they're not an entire faction, I guess.
Oh, tag team.
Like the Shield counts because, you know, they do have a tag.
Yeah, okay, so I mean,
just said the primetime players.
My favorite faction of all time is fucking Evolution. That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Tag team, primetime players.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Baron Corbin, not Baron. What's his name? Who's that faggot? Oh my gosh, the actual faggot. Oh my.
Darren Young.
Yeah, he's a fag. You know how I feel about fags.
And he's actually.
Vince O'Neil was all right, but he just was nah.
I don't know. Last I heard, he's a good father. I saw him in real life. Actually,
no, he kissed his son on the mouth. That was so weird.
Yeah.
Brothers Destruction's good. I'm
gonna probably go Dudley Boys.
I love the Dudley Boys, man. That's hard, man.
Dudley Boys was the shit. The Usos definitely deserve to be somewhere up there. They deserve all the respect, but I don't know if they're better than the Dudleys.
DX, Shawn and what's his name? Shawn and what's his name? Triple H back in the 2000s.
Okay, I fuck with it.
I was gonna say the Hardys, but I didn't want to be generic.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go. Is the Dudleys? I think the Usos are probably. Where would you rank the Usos?
Probably top 20.
Out of all tag teams?
I mean, bro. It's the Usos.
Out of all tag teams, 20?
I mean, bro, dude, like let's not forget the Usos were the guys who came out in swimming trunks. When we say Us, y'all say fuck out of here.
Okay, Rikishi came out shaking his ass in people's face.
Okay, but no one has Rikishi as one of the greatest wrestlers ever.
Those are his sons.
Rikishi's funny. Yeah, he's funny. That's what he was. Like
I think
no,
the Usos deserve more respect than top 20. Oh shit! All right, Haney and Lomachenko starting now. Actually,
shoot. Are you watching the fight?
probably, maybe. I don't know. Depends.
Are you watching like currently right now?
Oh, currently no. I mean, I could put it on. I do have the fucking. I'm just gonna go on Streamies if anything.
I went on streaming, so I can't like it didn't let me do shit. I put it on Xbox. So.
I don't know. You can go on the internet on Xbox.
Yeah, you gotta actually download it. So.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't know that though.
Yeah, but it's fucking whack as shit. So I'm not even gonna waste.
Paul London and Brian Kendricks were hella underrated. Brian Kendricks.
Brian Kendricks is a fucking bum.
Brian Kendricks underrated.
Brian Kendricks sucks ass.
Josh
he was spanky. He was fucking spanky. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Josh Johnson. I already asked him about Legacy.
Legacy was mid.
Underrated.
That team, it is what it is.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think the Usos deserve more respect than 20. I think at least
okay, wait, time out. Hardy Boys, off the top of my dome. Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, DX, in the 2000s, fucking Brothers of Destruction, the New Age Outlaws, the Destruction. What's the name? Axe. What's the name? The Destruction Boys. What's his name? Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting them? Oh my god, Axe. It was like Axe and Hammer or some shit like that.
The fact that you can't remember them is a bad sign.
Okay. Well, what about Hulk and Animal? What a rush! You know what I'm talking about?
That's funny because I just thought about TLP when you said that. You really gonna put them over the Usos?
The Roar Warriors. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Those two guys. So that's like 8. That's 8 right there, Brandon. Fucking.
That's 6. No, that's 7. That's 7.
Okay, I'll give you 7 since I can't fucking remember. I wouldn't put Jesse and Fustus over fucking. I'm not that disrespectful.
TLP said a Rock and Sock connection.
Demolition. That's their fucking name. Demolition. That was the name. So that's 8 right there. I remember. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, I was just tapping my fingers.
I'm trying to fucking remember.
Make a move, make $1 million. Damn.
I want to put primetime players above.
No, it's stuck in my head because it's fucking dude said primetime. No, primetime player not even close. What the fuck?
Fucking Batista and Rey Mysterio, mainly because of Batista. Fuck Rey Mysterio.
Shut the fuck up, RJ, bro. You're not
I'm taking. We're just taking the Usos over Rey Mysterio and Batista.
Oh shit, that was my fault.
Oh, the Rocket Sock connection. Thank you. Thank
you.
Yeah,
I'm being disrespectful. You being disrespectful as fuck,
bro. This is facts. They're better than the Usos. Just started getting good when they.
You're doing it. You're just talking to talk now.
Bro, I'm not saying they're bad. They're just a good hand to have.
You're talking to talk.
Because Big Show and Kane.
Really?
Team Hell No. Like, come on.
You were gonna put Team Hell No over. Team Hell No was short lived.
But it was good. It's better than the Usos.
Get the fuck out of here. That's wild, bro. There's no
Jericho.
Oh my god.
Like, bro, like the Usos are not that good, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like.
All right. So I guess fucking RK Bro is better too.
No, that's fucking garbage. Oh, rated RKO. That's better than the fucking Usos.
Bro,
Brandon, they're not like I'm not disrespectful. They're top 20. I just named like 11. They're top 20.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, what are the Usos known for? Like, what are they known for?
Well,
take away the bloodline. What are they known for?
They're Samoans. That's all you have to say.
Nigga, you can say that about anybody.
Bro, the Samoans have always fucking dominated wrestling. And
okay, wait, time out. When you think of Roman Reigns, you think of the Shield or you think of the bloodline? When you think of The Rock, you think of the most electrifying sports entertainer. You think of that. When you think of Rikishi, you think of some retard dancing and some shit like that. When you think of Umaga, you think of him and Too Cool. When you think about the Usos, you think, oh, the race? What are you, a liberal now? Come on, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying, though?
Bro, it doesn't matter. Even then, you put the comments together, you put them as a tag team. You can't put fucking. All right. Also, kid, you doing too much show, man. Oh my god, bro.
I ain't gonna do that. See, I'm not being that disrespectful.
Are you gonna fucking say R-Truth and fucking The Miz too?
I forgot they were. Well, nah. You gotta be like, nah. You can't be. Nah.
So what about R-Truth all time? What do you think about him?
Great. I think he's one of the best comedy gimmick ever, bro. I think he's hilarious.
Apparently, he's good friends with Vince as well.
He's his black friend.
He's his black friend when he says nigga, he knows what to. Oh yeah, don't worry, I have R-Truth as a friend.
By the way, speaking of that, I think Mark Henry was vastly underrated, and I think they botched him.
You know what's funny? I was gonna mention Mark Henry, but I just feel weird with Mark Henry because like, there's not much I can say. Like he has good moments and everything. There's not much I can say when it comes to Mark Henry, but I can't shit on him, but I can't give him too much praise either. I just don't know how.
He went from like sexual chocolate to being. He kind of pulled like a lower version of JBL. He went from like this comedy gimmick, like sexual chocolate, to fucking being a monster. The Hall of Pain, that was fucking awesome.
Do you think
when he came out with that stupid pink suit, and bro, he had the crap. Bro, think about this. This is one of the best promos. I should put that one of the best promos. He had the crowd in his fucking hand with that promo. And then just fucking slam John Cena. That was all. You can't tell me you wasn't marking out.
I remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was fucking amazing.
What about Crime Time? Crime Time's all right.
I wouldn't put him above the Usos. I'm not going to be that disrespectful.
Crime Time's okay. What you call it? Fucking Mark Henry. You think the Nation of Domination is the top 3 faction?
Hell no. Absolutely. Hell no.
Top 10?
Top 15. Top 15-ish.
You don't fuck with the Nation Domination like that,
bro. Evolution, DX altogether, fucking Legacy.
You're not really
Wyatt family, the Shield.
You're gonna put Legacy
Bloodline.
over the Nation?
Huh?
You're gonna put Legacy over the Nation?
Absolutely, bro. Come on.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, bro.
You might as well say Nexus too.
Nexus, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nexus, fucking who else? Who else am I? That's 7 right there, Brandon. Fucking
bullshit. I'll say NWO, fucking
NWO. That's
hold on. NWO, fucking
NWO World Pack. Come on, bro.
Evolution. Yeah, for real. Nation is at least top 10.
Come on, bro. Nation. Come on, bro. Like The Rock was a cornball. And that's what like those guys got better when they separated, bro.
The Rock was still The Rock.
But he wasn't The Rock. Like he reached his full potential.
Yes, he was. He was still talking his shit.
Nah, bro. Like those bro. Nah. Come on,
those
Nation of Domination.
Still good. Get the bro.
It was just a bunch of. It was just like Vince McMahon just put the Negroes together and say, "Go do nigger shit." That's all he really did, bro.
Jesus Christ.
We are the Nation. Like that whole it was corny, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that. The Nation, bro. You cannot disrespect the Nation.
Nah, it was just dumb, bro.
Oh shit, Jamal Murray had 37 today. Fuck.
I'm not gonna know. The New Day is not better than Nation Domination. Stop. New Day, nah.
New Day or Usos?
Huh?
New Day or Usos?
I thought you said, but the New Day's a faction. There's 3.
Yeah, well, I just said the 3 you can count because they're still tagged.
Oh, if that's the case, then fuck, I'm putting Legacy. I'm putting fucking the Shield and fucking the Wyatt family above fucking the Usos. So they might not even be top 15.
And the New Day.
I'll give it to Usos.
Bullet Club don't count. Get on killed.
Bullet Club is trash. Bullet Club is garbage. Fuck the Bullet Club.
Bullet Club don't count.
Bullet Club is just a ripoff. Is a vanilla midget ripoff version of NWO. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Oh, if you're counting 3, I'm putting the prime NWO. Hogan, Nash, and fucking Razor Ramon. You might not even be top 15.
Overrated.
So yeah,
overrated.
You're taking the Usos over the NWO.
Yeah. Just like you took Legacy over fucking Nation of Domination. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, time out. Well, first of all, some kid, I'm black, so I can get away with it. But everybody in the chat, what's more egregious? Brandon saying he's taking the Usos over the NWO, or me saying that New Day is better than the Nation of Domination.
No. You said Legacy is better than the Nation.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. I said that.
Those are both pretty fucking, egregious.
Time out. What's more egregious? Brandon saying he's taking the Usos over the NWO, or me saying Legacy is better than the Nation of Domination? What's more egregious?
By the way, technically, mine's not that bad because fucking.
Thank you. That's one for me.
Mine's not that bad because fucking NWO wasn't even WWE. So.
Exactly. Oh my god. Awesome Kid agrees with me. He agrees with me. Bro, get on, kid, bro. Shut up.
You can't take Legacy over Nation. Like
you can't pick the Usos over the NWO.
I'm using your fucking logic.
Dude, okay, but at least with Legacy, like at least
no,
with Legacy,
there is no at least. You're trying
okay, time out. You can at least with mine you can understand it. It's like a pick me. But the Usos over the NWO.
I can just I can use the accomplishments argument.
What the over the NWO World Champions
as a tag accomplishments, I can take the Usos.
Oh my bro, Nash and Scott Hall are superiorly. They're not even in the same tier as fucking the Usos.
Scott Hall's overrated, all right? Fucking he can rest in piss. Damn.
Who?
Scott Hall.
Oh my god. Bro, Brandon, I'm taking your wrestling card, bro.
He can rest in piss, all right? He's overrated.
Oh my god. Bro.
Fucking he choked on his toothpick and fucking didn't make it out the hospital. That's not my fault.
Fuck out of here, bro. Wait, what? The Heart Down Foundation's trash.
I mean,
but you know what? You know what? The Usos are better than the Heart Foundation. A bunch of filthy Canadians running around with their stupid. That whole shit was. They're all wearing pink with the Canadian flag. This whole gimmick was stupid. Bret Hart can't talk. He's boring in the ring. Like fucking submission moves. The sharpshooter. Fuck out of here.
Hey, rest in peace to Owen Hart.
Fuck him.
I don't know saying that about Scott Hall.
Yeah, you know.
I forgot.
Scott Hall's better than Owen Hart, and Owen Hart broke. Owen Hart's a great wrestler, but he broke Steve Austin's fucking neck like a retard.
Fair enough. I guess karma got him.
Yeah, yeah. I still want to see the videotape of that. Honestly, they erased that from history.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like. Wait, when that happened, wasn't it nobody was able to see that, or wasn't the lights off or something like that as part of that?
That shit was live on TV. I think there was a malfunction. He fell, and then it kind of went blank, and then it went to commercial. It came back, and then they said, "Hey, Bret Hart's he's taken to the hospital and stuff. That's not part of our programming and stuff, but we're gonna continue with the show."
All I know is that he apparently hit the turnbuckle towards his chest, hit the turnbuckle, and that was it. That's what I remember hearing.
Yeah, it was something. I don't know the full.
That's a hell of a way to go, falling for shit. Yo, you know what? Since we're talking around that time, you know who most underrated fucking commentator? You know who I'm gonna say?
Who?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
It's not a bad take. That's not a bad one. He was great.
He's a underrated ass. I mean, I think he's one of the best. I mean, JR is probably the best. I mean,
yeah, JR's the best. Yeah.
I think Michael Cole deserves respect too.
Michael Cole's a fucking bum.
I think Michael Cole.
Miracle on Bourbon Street, Brandon. Fuck out of here.
I think he deserves respect. He's been there.
Fuck
so
out
hold on. You'll take JBL as a commentator over.
Yup. Yeah.
What?
Whoa. Time out. Flag on the play. JBL was SmackDown back in the day. Yes. JBL back in the 2010s. No. But they were all shit.
All right. What about Jerry the King Lawler?
Absolutely. Especially as a heel. Absolutely.
What about Booker T as a commentator?
Oh man, shucky, quack. I'm a nigga. Yeah, hell yeah.
Let me think. Corey Graves.
Corey Graves is bad. I'll take Cole. I can tolerate Cole. I'll take Cole over him.
Byron Saxton.
Byron Saxton's a fucking bum. Cole.
I like the little banter between him and Corey Graves. Byron Saxton, Corey.
Nigga, what? Hold on, nigga. He's neither. He's the fucking. That's the nigga right there.
Eddie Guerrero. That's my fucking wetback.
The fuck out of here, bro.
That's my wet bag right there.
Taz, absolutely. I'm taking Taz over fucking Michael Cole. Michael Cole's not good. He was decent on SmackDown back in the day, but like, bro, he's a lame. He's a fucking liberal, so you shouldn't even be liking him there, Brandon. And like fuck out of here.
I just started thinking about Taz. You know what's funny? We didn't mention ECW at all today.
I mean, what is there to say about ECW? ECW is overrated. I'm sorry.
It's overrated, but it's got its moments too.
Tommy Dreamer's fucking a bum. Tommy Dreamer. What kind of fucking name is Tommy Dreamer?
But what's the best thing to come out of ECW? Paul Heyman?
Paul Heyman. I mean, didn't the original ECW days, didn't fucking Stone Cold come out of there?
Was he
terrorizing or some shit like no? Yeah, it was the Golden Wrestler or some shit like that.
No, he was like stunning Steve Austin or some shit like that.
Yeah, didn't he come? So I guess Stone Cold. I guess
he had nice blonde hair.
Oh my god, fucking I mean, I guess if you want to say CM Punk.
Hey yo, y'all gotta stop watching RVD. We already established RVD's overrated.
RVD is vastly overrated, bro. And Jeff Hardy's better than RVD.
That's fact. He said Michael Cole ruined himself with that unannounced GMBS.
Fact. May I have your attention, please? Fucking. But it was. I think that storyline could have been great.
It was a little funny gimmick.
It was funny, but it could have been when they ruined it with Hornswoggle. That's what makes it stupid. But it was fucking hilarious.
Sabu, you know what? I just thought about my favorite DX moment was when they went underneath the ring, and all the
people's court, the little people's court, or whatever,
and the midgets fucking chasing them and everything like that.
Yeah, that was funny. My favorite DX moment has to be like when I think it was like the Big Show and Shane and Vince, and they fucking pulled the Big Show's fucking thing down. They fucking shoved their fucking heads up Big Show. That was hilarious.
TOP, what you saying cap to?
What you saying cap to, bro? I wasn't even paying attention.
I think he's talking about when we said RVD was overrated.
What about Kurt Angle's ECW run? Don't even remember it.
Exactly. He said Sabu.
All their characters are the same. It's extreme.
What about Taz in ECW?
Okay. Like, I mean, bro, ECW is just like not good. Extreme classic wrestling. It's like, bro, like.
So would you take TNA over ECW?
Prime TNA?
No, not Prime TNA. I'm talking about that. You know what TNA I'm talking about.
TNA wrestling, right?
Yeah. Not in their prime though. Like both of them at their fuck it, yeah. Both of them in their prime. ECW or TNA.
TNA. Because ECW is like they're all extreme. It's like, okay, how many times can you watch an Extreme Rules match? It's like
that's my fucking problem with AEW right now.
That's exactly what it is. It's literally just ECW. Like, okay, it's like it's repetitive, bro. It's kind of like, you know what it is, Brandon? It's kind of like WWE 2K22, repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. Like it's like okay, good, but ECW, Bobby Lashley, they fucked up Bobby Lashley so bad, bro. He was a badass, and then they fucking. Matter of fact, that fucking faction with him, MVP, and the other one, what's his name? Oh my gosh, was it?
The recent one.
Yeah, bro, that was actually good, and they fucked it up.
No lie, this was my favorite version of Bobby Lashley. Him being part of to come back the second time with WWE.
The X moment when they messed up Vince's private jet. Yeah, that's cool. I mean.
Remember when?
Bro, also, kid, bro. You're not even alive when this shit happened, bro.
My favorite WWE moment. My favorite WWE moment is when fucking Vince McMahon said to John Cena, "Keep it up, my nigga." That was my favorite fucking moment.
Keep it up, my nigga. And then Booker T is like, "Tell me that does not just happen."
That's my favorite fucking moment. That and also Booker T's promo on fucking who was it again?
We're coming for you, nigga.
Who was that?
What the Harlem Heat's better than the Usos too. I forgot all about Harlem Heat. They're better than the Usos too.
Overrated.
Oh my, yo, Brandy, this is why people don't like you, bro. Like stupid. Oh my god, like dude, the Usos, like what's so good about the Usos? Okay, they're Samoan, and what? So what?
That's all you got to say. The Samoan.
Oh my god,
the Samoans are the kings of wrestling. I watched 06 Raw on Peacock. That's cool. Oh, the Hurt Business, yeah. That's what they call it, RJ.
Yeah, the Hurt Business was fucking amazing. They're better than the Usos too, by the way.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
I mean, to be honest with you, Shawn Michaels and fucking John Cena when they held the tag team titles were probably better too. To be honest with you.
All right, well, I don't know. RJ, his fucking egregious ass takes, man. RJ makes me want to fucking.
Bro, nigga, I know you're not talking. You say you're taking the Usos over the NWO. Like,
you're taking Legacy over Nation.
Okay, so what?
Like, yo, your takes make me want to fucking.
Okay, like, but you're taking the Usos over the NWO. The NWO is top 3, and you're taking the Usos who are not even top 50.
Your takes. Josh Johnson. Hold on. Josh Johnson. Two-man power trip.
So you think Shawn Michaels is overrated? Like,
he is overrated.
But you're dumb.
The two-man power trip is overrated too.
What's the two-man power trip?
Is that Triple H and Stone Cold?
Yeah, that was kind of corny.
They turned Austin heel for no reason.
See, the Austin heel thing could have worked if they didn't fuck it up that bad. Like have him crying and fucking playing the fucking guitar and shit.
For what it's worth, people like Austin and people like Roman Reigns, they're baby faces, obviously. They all not Roman Reigns now, but they were faces now, but they're not really like faces like that either. You get me? They're more like in between. Because Austin was a face, but he wasn't. His character was like, I just don't give a fuck. I want what I want, and that's that.
The Bro.
You know what? That's another storyline that I forgot to mention. Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon.
Oh, that's greatest of all time.
Yeah, that's just fucking awesome. I mean, and the fact that, and shout out to fucking Vince McMahon for even, putting himself through that, like actually making him bury himself for entertainment.
You know, an interesting theory, and I don't believe it. Ministry of Darkness was great until the end, but you know what take that like really creeped me out, but like I kind of see it. So I was watching one of the conspiracy, like one of the iceberg things. The iceberg where they like go down like a big rabbit hole of shit. Someone says that the McMahons that we see on TV are not the real McMahons. That the real McMahons are like unknown, and like these guys are like actors.
I mean, shit, you never know with rich people, to be honest.
I'm like, that's because I kind of like look at it. I'm like, they kind of don't look alike. Linda McMahon don't look like the mom. I'm sorry.
To be fair, if we get into conspiracies, I would say that the world is run by 10 people, probably. So, shit like that could be true.
Well, let's stay on WWE. What do you think about the Benoit conspiracy theories?
Like what?
Like he was murdered. Like him and his family were murdered.
I don't know.
No, someone else, not him.
I don't know. I don't think that holds up because you can say brain damage and all that shit and it would make sense. You get me? I mean, him being murdered and then have to be framed and it's a lot of shit that has to go right. And I don't know if that would.
Yeah, I agree.
Like him, it makes more sense that he had brain damage than it. And a lot of people try to make the excuse, he didn't know what he was doing. That he knew what the fuck he was doing, even if he had.
He missed Eddie. Who gives a fuck? So did Kurt Angle and Chavo Guerrero.
Like Paul Heyman said. As a talent, phenomenal. He was great, but fuck him.
Yeah, I think he was an evil fuck. I just honestly think he was an evil fuck.
Yeah, I mean fuck him. At the end of the day, he was like they did not deserve to die. Brain damage or not, it doesn't matter. But that's
real conspiracy theory. Who killed Vince when the limo blew up? I guess. They had actually. Speaking of Benoit, they fucking had that storyline. Then fucking Benoit had to go fucking WWE 13 on his fucking family and shit. But I guess they were gonna have like Mr. Kennedy be like, no. Did we ever find out who blew up his fucking limo?
Nah, he just ended up coming back.
I know Mr. Kennedy was supposed to be like his illegitimate son instead of Hornswoggle, but he ended up getting popped for fucking PED. So
Nah, they had to fucking scrap the fucking Vince who killed Vince because of Benoit.
Benoit's retarded.
Benoit is probably a big part of reason why WWE is failing because of with the PG shit.
I mean, but here's the thing: WCW was PG though.
Yeah, but they, WWE wasn't. That was their thing.
But like my thing is, you can like once again, you can have great storylines. I mean, we got fucking. I mean, the 2010s, the late 2010s, and early 2010s.
Because of what Benoit they started taking out the blood. They obviously they started bringing it back a lot more as time goes on, but they took out blood. They stopped saying certain words. Like it was.
Yeah, but you can work around that though. Like you can if you have good storylines, a good character. Like I mean, they took out the blood, but we still watch Orton and Cena. We still watch Orton, Triple H, and all them boys. So
of course, but like I just certain things they just censor certain things in the storylines.
I mean, see you guys love blowing off CM Punk. I mean, that was all during the PG era.
Fair enough.
I will say this, even though I took a massive shit on CM Punk, I'll be interested to see what he does in WWE because I would just love to see the storylines of him and Triple H and stuff, and just like because they have to incorporate everything, like just some of the shit like that.
What if CM Punk came back and he had one last match, Triple H, WrestleMania?
Well, if it's his last match, he's gonna lose. So,
you think so?
Yeah, everybody loses their last match.
Nah, I don't know because, I mean, Triple H would take the L.
Yeah, but I mean, if he win, what's the point of coming back and winning your match? I mean, he might as well just stay at that point.
Fair enough.
Chris Jericho said the best, even though he's overrated. And just because, by the way, I know I said it earlier, just because you're overrated, you can still be great. Like I think Allen Iverson's overrated, but he's still great though. He's still AI. But at the same time, fucking Chris Jericho said it the best. Wrestlers need to go out 1, 2, 3. That's the best way to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is a reason, like, we need closure. Like LeBron James is going out right now. That this is the closure that we need. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan with the Wizards, that's the closure that we need.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at some of the knockouts from earlier in the card.
Well, what's that Haney fight looking like?
Checking. Hold on. Let's see if anything got posted yet.
Your thoughts on Brock Lesnar 0-2, 0-3-1? Started off great, ended off crappy. Honestly, to be honest with you, Brock Lesnar was good in the 2010s. Better than
people are saying 3-1 Lomachenko. A lot of people are saying 3-1. He's up right now in the rounds.
Lomachenko's up?
Yeah.
Oh,
some people are saying 2-2, but vast majority saying 3-1. Someone said even after 4, Haney needs to stick and move behind his jab and throw that left hook more. Loma will walk into his moves way more. You can't give him the angle. Yeah, a lot of people are just saying.
What's the actual card saying? Because niggas be hating.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to find the actual card.
Like, you can't say, like, nah. Bro, Y2J is overrated, bro. When he was in the main event, he was fucking garbage.
Who? Who was garbage?
Because he asked how was Y2J overrated? He was the first ever undisputed champion. He didn't deserve it. It should have been Stone Cold.
Yeah, Josh Johnson. He bugging with saying this man's
like,
overrated.
bro. He was like Josh Johnson. He was Stephanie McMahon's bitch. He was the definition of he was a white Will Smith. Jesus. Like, come on. Like, walk my dog, Jericho. Fucking paint my nails, Jericho. Jericho, you're a bitch. Tupac will always be better than you, Jericho. Like, fuck out of here.
From what it's looking like, hold on. My fault. Ow, fuck, what the fuck is this? From what it's looking like, people are saying 39-37 so far. Loma.
Fuck. All right, come on, Haney.
You going for Haney this fight?
Yeah, I want Haney. Haney's my nigga. I hope he don't fucking lose.
Well, looking like 39-37 for this man.
Haney
So far.
about to get it together.
Or more like a 40-37, but
Haney finna get it together. But good shit, man. The wrestling stream we promised you. On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rank it?
I give it a. I feel like we forgot a bunch of things like later on, and we kind of had to re-mention it. So I'll give it a solid 8. We had a good, besides you saying Legacy is better than Nation, that was some bullshit. But besides that,
you know what? But I mean, when I'm on the stream, this is automatically that's 8 points already. And then when you're on it, that knocks it down 2. But then you fucking knocked it down even more with the dumb shit saying the fucking Usos are better than NWO. But then I had to bring it back up with mine. Now I'll give it a 9.
You said CM Punk was overrated,
which he is,
Yeah.
You said Shawn Michaels. Wait, time out. Who's more? Shawn Michaels is way better than CM Punk. CM Punk looks up to Shawn Michaels.
Okay, and what?
Well, listen, about CM Punk dates AJ Lee, who looks like a 12-year-old kid. Shut the fuck up.
Listen, AJ Lee cute. What are you talking about?
AJ Lee looks like a fucking anorexic 12-year-old kid.
Yo, you gotta leave AJ Lee alone. She from Union City.
She sucks.
She from Union City, New Jersey. All right, don't disrespect AJ Lee.
She sucks. CM Punk's the go. Well, get on, kid. You don't have any good. Get on, kid. You think Kenny Pickett's a good quarterback? We're not taking your logic seriously, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
Yeah, you talking about slow? You slower than a fucking turtle with 3 legs, bro. But anyways, man, The Rock violated the Rock. He ain't fucking violate CM. Oh my god. Yo, listen. CM Punk ain't doing shit now, so I ain't trying to hear it. CM Punk's a bum. He's trash. He's garbage. He's bad. He's fucking bad, and he got his ass whooped in UFC too. So let's not forget.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped. That's it. That's all.
Right, let's this nigga asking about Charlotte Flair, but yeah, man.
You know what I said?
You said what?
I said that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Subscribe to me. You know what I'm saying? The realest nigga out here. I'm gonna say that for tomorrow.
Man, listen, don't subscribe to RJ. Fuck him. He a dumb.
Subscribe to me. You know what I'm saying? The best YouTuber out here. It's always fuck Brandon. I want to apologize for Brandon for a shitty take saying the Usos are better than the NWO and that Shawn Michaels is overrated and Scott Hall's overrated. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's no unit, nigga. It's RJ's sports facts. I spit out those damn facts. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all y'all, man. Let me know if you enjoyed this WWE edition. Brandon, do you want one last word? It's like you don't get a last word. But yeah, man. RJ out.